Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
Hi, and a pleasant good evening. Welcome to the Thompson High School Gymnasium. Coverage of high school wrestling tonight on yourliveevent.com. It's triangular action tonight. The Thompson Tommies in their second ever home wrestling meet play host to Grafton and May-Port CG. The schedule for tonight's wrestling will be Thompson and Grafton in the first duel, May-Port CG and Grafton in the second duel. Thompson and May-Port CG will be the third duel here tonight. It's a triangular of wrestling, and it's yours on yourliveevent.com. My name is Kevin Kochman. Glad to be with you tonight, and this is the Irie Insurance pregame show. Irie Insurance, get the insurance protection you want with the customer service you deserve. It's at Irie Insurance. Head to Irie Insurance website, irieins.com, and get a quote. And also learn about the locations of Irie Insurance. They bring you our pregame show tonight. We'll get you set up for the triangular of wrestling. Have a chance to visit with the coaches. We'll talk to head coach of the Grafton Spoiler Wrestlers, Jaden Lamar, head coach of the Thompson Tommies, Dwayne Norby, head coach of the May-Port CG Patriots, Gary Mueller, part of our pregame show here tonight from Irie Insurance. And then we'll talk wrestlers' starting lineups. We'll get you the names of the wrestlers who made weight today. Might even have Colton Krebs join for the broadcast again here tonight. Stay tuned. It's wrestling action from Thompson on yourliveevent.com.
Are you looking for the perfect hardwood for your next winter project? Cywick Lumber and Hardware in Hillsboro has exciting news. Hardwood is now available in the Red River Valley only at Cywick. Whether you're a crafter, woodworker, or hobbyist, they have what you need to make your project. Choose from 3 convenient thicknesses and a beautiful variety of woods: red oak, cherry, white oak, hard maple, walnut, hickory, and poplar. Get started on your next masterpiece with the help of Cywick Lumber and Hardware, Hillsboro.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits including time off available from day one. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
At Polar Communications, innovation is in our DNA. We're pioneers, always looking ahead to what's next to ensure our communities thrive. We were the first in the state to offer gig services, and we didn't stop there. We continue to lead the way in delivering high-quality, reliable technology to your doorstep. A better experience starts here.
Red River Valley winters are demanding. The expert heating and plumbing technicians at Bears Home Solutions will keep your home warm, dry, and comfortable all winter long. When winter's chill is in the air,
you need a bear in there.
Check out bearshomesolutions.com.
This is the Irie Insurance pregame show, getting ready for Thompson, Grafton, May-Port CG wrestling triangular action tonight. The schedule is Thompson versus Grafton, then Grafton versus May-Port CG, Thompson versus May-Port CG, your matchups here today in the triangular of wrestling. We get ready for it with our pregame show from Irie Insurance, irieins.com. Let's continue with the pregame show and hear from the head coach of the Grafton Spoiler Wrestling Program. That's Jaden Lamar joining us here today. Coach, today for the boys, another opportunity to go out and get better, and we've talked about it here just from Tuesday. A little bit of a limited roster Tuesday as part of the quadrangular in Hillsborough. Tonight you add a guy. You're going to bring it up to some competition level here against Thompson and May-Port CG. It should be a pretty decent little triangular.
Yeah, it should be good. It's our last event of the regular season for the boys, so just kind of roll into regionals with some momentum would be nice.
No doubt. Your thoughts just on the matchups, from the dual side. This is only the second time Thompson has ever hosted a wrestling event in its history, which is pretty cool. But your thoughts on the triangular and the duels here tonight.
It should be good. We haven't dueled Thompson yet this year or May-Port, so it'll be a fun region matchup. And this is my first time inside the Thompson school, so it'll be a great experience.
It's a heck of a night, that's for sure. Well, I know Coach Owens from Hillsborough Central Valley the other day said the gym never looked as nice as it did with a mat in the middle of the floor. So here we are. But from that standpoint tonight, from the Grafton side, what do you want to see from your guys out there on the mat?
Just 6 hard minutes and getting better. We don't wrestle again for about 9-10 days, so we can just get better and something to look at for practice to keep getting better.
All right, very good, Coach. Hey, appreciate the time. Good luck to you and the boys. We'll look forward to, we're just getting a little bit of eye of the tiger here, but certainly look forward to it here tonight, and good luck to you and the guys on the mat.
Sounds good. Thank you.
There we were just doing a pregame interview and a concert broke out. It is high school wrestling coverage today. Triangular, Grafton, Thompson, May-Port CG, the triangular here in Thompson on yourliveevent.com. We're gearing up for wrestling starting at 5 o'clock, so stick around. More of our pre-match show from Irie Insurance next on yourliveevent.com.
At Thompson Public Schools, their mission is to develop lifelong learners and responsible citizens. You can visit their website, tps-k12.org, for school announcements and calendars, lunch menus, weather announcements, athletic schedules, and more. Follow them on social media and share in Tommy Pride with student updates and events with Thompson Public Schools. Thompson Public Schools thanks all students, staff, parents, alumni, and community members for their continued support. Good luck to the Tommies. Learn more at tps-k12.org.
Hi, I'm Rosa, and I work in production at Marvin. I've been with Marvin 24 years, and I started here not knowing anything. At first, I was really scared, but I have a supervisor that supports me and my lead, and I became a senior department now. My favorite part coming to work is working with the people. I get along with all my coworkers. When I have questions that I might not know, they can help me out. Come join me at Marvin.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions today and beyond with the Drain Tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community, one that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, a golf course and pool, the Sportsman Club, and great educational opportunities. There hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota.
Back here for wrestling action and the Irie Insurance pregame show. Thompson playing host to Grafton and May-Port CG for a triangular in wrestling action. We start with Thompson and Grafton, and our pregame show is from Irie Insurance. IrieINS.com. Get the insurance protection you want with the customer service that you deserve at Irie Insurance. We continue on. Let's get into more of our pregame conversations. The head coach of the Thompson Tommy Wrestling Program, Dwayne Norby. Well, coach, for the opportunity here today, the Tommies hosting another triangular. You've got Grafton and May-Port CG coming in, so region contests here from the standpoint. But this is last regular season action, right? You go right into next weekend's region duels, and then the following weekend with region individuals, and then it's the state tournament. So just like that, 3 weeks and we'll be wrapped. For this opportunity again for your guys, it's got to be fun to be at home once again.
Oh yeah, you bet. Yeah, we missed a couple opportunities in December for those first two.
but we're making up for it. We got the good crew here, and we already got the mats out. We're all old hat already, and this is our only second time at bat here.
I love the fact that it takes one. Right, you do one time, right? Now all of a sudden you got some ideas, and you know what you maybe need to do, or okay, did this go well, or whatever. But point is, for your guys, this is continued opportunity to be able to showcase wrestling in Thompson.
You're absolutely right. Yep. We went and got the mats from the other gym just right after school was out. So all the kids are seeing the mats come through, and they're like, "What are those?" And they're wait a minute, we do have wrestling here. Yeah. So everybody's excited. They're looking forward to seeing their wrestlers, and they see them in the schools. They see their placards on the lockers. So now it's the real deal. Now we're Thompson Wrestling.
That is pretty cool, and I know today you got, like, say, Grafton and May-Port CG coming in. May-Port CG's got a bunch of wrestlers. Grafton's got a few opens. Sounds like Grafton's got a guy back. Sounds like you've got Rowdy Otto back here tonight, so that's a positive.
Oh yeah, Rowdy's excited. He's chomping at the bit to get out there and get a match in. He was practicing yesterday. We tried to keep him down, keep him at 50 to 60% all week, but you know how hard that is. So yeah, we're looking forward to seeing both Grafton and Mayville. We're competitive with both those teams with our numbers and with the age of our crew, and it'll be a good match tonight for all three duels.
A very good thing, and that's it's hard sometimes, like you say, to find duels, even to just get the numbers, even just get the guys out. I know, like Grafton the other night at HCV with the quadrangular struggle with short numbers, they brought a guy back here. Someone got healthy in time, so that's a positive. And like you say, it's all about getting better, preparing yourselves for the regions upcoming.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. So we're coming off our first duel with Crookston and HCV, and we didn't do too bad. Our crowd was good, and we had a good following after that, and I think we might see the same thing here a week later. So.
Very, very good. Well, keys for wrestling tonight. What do you want to see from your guys, again, kind of as we reach this closing out portion of the regular season?
Yeah, we've been working hard in the room. We tell them the matches are won in the practice room, and we just go and pick up the medals on the mat at the events. So as long as we're bringing our positive attitudes and we're supporting our teammates, we go out there and execute. We'll do all right. We'll score some points. We're gonna work hard getting some points on the mat, like in the not necessarily takedowns, but we worked hard on turning them over and getting some back points and stuff. So hopefully we'll see that come to fruition here with some takedowns and some back points. So
I like it. We'll look forward to it. Coach, thanks for the time. Good luck. Try to catch up afterwards.
Yeah, you bet. Thank you.
Dwayne Norby, he is the head coach of the Thompson Wrestling program with our pre-match coaches' comments. Thompson, Grafton, May-Port CG wrestling here tonight. This is the Irie Insurance pregame show. We'll come back, visit with the head coach of the May-Port CG Patriots, Gary Mueller, and we'll get ready for the duel between Grafton and Thompson to start our triangular on yourliveevent.com.
On today?
I've got a planter in the shop, and I had the guys from Agassi Precision Ag come over and do an inspection.
You upgrading systems, or are you working on maintenance?
Both, actually. We walked some fields last summer and found areas where we can improve. So we are installing Delta Force and some new opening discs.
Yeah, I bet we're in the same boat. I should give them a call.
Yep, they will come out and look over the planter with you and put a plan together. They are the guys I go to for answers.
Agassi Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Give us a call at 701-636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
This is Austin Reed with Dakota Heritage Bank. At Dakota Heritage Bank, we have a strong background in ag and business lending, but we can also help with any auto, recreational, personal, or home loans, including home equity lines of credit. If you're in need of a loan, visit us at one of our locations across North Dakota and northwestern Minnesota. Dakota Heritage Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. Dakota Heritage Bank, sharing our heritage, sharing our future.
It is the Irie Insurance pregame show as we gear up for Grafton and Thompson, and also May-Port CG for a triangular of wrestling tonight here in Thompson on yourliveevent.com. This is the Irie Insurance pregame show. Let's get a chance to hear from the head coach of the May-Port CG Patriots, Gary Mueller, ahead of tonight's triangular. Coach, today for the boys, get a chance, another triangular, and you get to come over to Thompson. I know this is their second time hosting. We were talking about it here a couple weeks ago last week with their opener. fact that you've got another one in the region hosting wrestling, that's a good thing for wrestling here in the region.
Well, yeah, we're building the sport. It's always good to have these teams come in, and when they say they want to start hosting, I mean, there ain't anything better than that. That's just showing signs of building the sport, so it's a really good thing.
No doubt. For the Patriots, how's the season been going?
Oh, that's had its ups and downs, but for the most part, we're wrestling tough. So we'll see what happens today, and we're coming up on postseason, so we better be wrestling at our top.
That's right. After this weekend, it's 3 weekends and it's over.
Yeah.
State's wrapped up. So as far as keys for success tonight against Thompson and Grafton, what would you like to see out of your wrestlers here as you prepare for postseason?
Just a no-quit attitude. Get on the mat and wrestle 6 minutes. If you get off early, hopefully you're the one that was on top. But Grafton, Thompson, they've been putting together good people here now, and I expect a couple pretty good duels tonight.
As you look at kind of just matchups, do you see anything on paper that would maybe get the crowd excited, or something that we should be featured on here tonight?
Every match is an exciting match. The dual atmosphere is just a different atmosphere than anything else. I don't think it really matters if it's going to be a blowout match or not. I think fans and everybody get excited for everything when it comes to duels. So it's just going to be a fun atmosphere.
Should be great. Looking forward to it, Coach. Thanks for the time. Appreciate it. Good luck to you and the Patriots.
Thank you.
Every Sunday, I'm ready to come to work Monday morning. We laugh and we joke, but we get work done. But I've never had a bad day here.
From day one, I felt like it's been a big family here at Degelman.
I thoroughly like walking through the door and seeing everybody. It's just a great place to work.
We wouldn't be where we are at today without all of our great employees.
Don't be fooled by that beat-up old cap. Its faded crown represents the tireless work of America's farmers and ranchers. Its sturdy brim, their dedication to providing our nation with a safe, affordable food source. So we'd like to tip our hat to them. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting those that protect America's food source.
Visit with Ryan Opdahl, your local Farmers Union Insurance agent in Hillsborough.
This is the Irie Insurance pregame show on yourliveevent.com. The pre-match show here tonight. Irie Insurance, for the insurance protection you want, customer service you deserve. It's Irie Insurance. You see at center mat the American Crystal Sugar Company starting lineups for Grafton. They wrestle at 127, Tucker Harlow. Levi Detweiler wrestles at 133. Gabriel Dumas at 139. Dumas back here tonight. Shaden Thomas at 145. Fisher Clapp will wrestle in here today as well. He can rotate in 45 and 52. Isaac Navarro would be expected in the 152. Andy Pulak at 160. Parker Johnson 172. And Miguel Rodriguez at 189. They're open at 215, along with 107, 114, and 121. And Evan Carson wrestles at 285 for Jacob Lamar's crew at Grafton. For the Thompson Tommies, they'll be wrestling here today at Garrett Krebs at 107, Xavier Schwartz at 114, Rowdy Otto wrestling at 121 here today. Gabe Fleck wrestles in at 133, Mason Bartles wrestle 145, Hudson Goldaddy at 152, Bryson Israelson at 160. Caden Kurz, 172, would wrestle, and Jackson Tozier at 172. They would wrestle away in there. Carter Bartles will be in here today at 189. Dominic Defoe at 215. Thompson open at 285. Your starting lineups as the head coach Dwayne Norby, assisted by Mark Kurz, as the Thompson Tommy Wrestlers playing host to the Grafton Spoilers in the first duel. That'll be Grafton May-Port CG in the second. Thompson May-Port CG for our third here in the Triangular tonight. The starting lineups presented by American Crystal Sugar Company. Live the sweet life, great careers, quality products. It's grower owned, it's Crystal Sugar and crystalsugar.com. Well, joining me here tonight for broadcast purposes on yourliveevent.com, Colton Krebs going to sit down with us again and join as we wrap up the Irie Insurance pregame show. Colton expected to get back to wrestling for Thompson here next week for duels, and Colton, I know you're chomping at the bit. I know you're excited to get out to wrestle, but I'm excited to have you join me again for a little wrestling broadcast. We had fun here last week Tuesday, or last week Thursday, whatever it was. It was Thursday. Let's have some fun here tonight. See what happens.
Sounds good.
I like it. Second match ever hosted here in Thompson for wrestling. The mats go together. Was the setup easier tonight, Colton, than it was here last week?
It was quite easier. I know, like, last time we had it, we brought them in the gym here. We had them all flipped around and had to move them across. This time it was right into place.
Got to have it go one time before you start getting all excited. I know got an opportunity here to go and get underway. The first couple weights will be open, so Thompson's going to get off to a good start here. That's one downside with the dual situation. Grafton was short a guy, as we'll get a 107 victory here for Thompson to get their evening off to a good start here, leading Grafton. That's Schwartz at 107, and now Garrett Krebs will come out at 114. He'll do the same exact thing, and he'll take 6 for the forfeit victory, and Grafton will be short here at 121 as well. Rowdy Otto will come out here, and good thing for Thompson wrestling fans here, Colton, is that Rowdy's back, and that's a good thing for the program.
Yeah, Rowdy's been out for a while with that dislocated knee, but he's feeling good today. It's good to see him out there.
No doubt about it. So we're going to have the Grafton Spoilers get their first wrestler to come out here at 127. And we'll have Gabe Fleck wrestling for Thompson, Tucker Harlow wrestling for Grafton. The Spoilers are wearing that maroon and gold singlet here tonight. And, of course, Thompson going with their traditional green. And we're underway with our first wrestling match. This one comes in at 127 pounds. When Gabe Fleck is on the mat here, Colton, what would be some of the things that Gabe likes to try to get done?
Well, he likes to get to his shot. And then he's also very defensive. He likes to go with the sprawl. And he's just very, very sturdy on top. He's a very fundamentally sound wrestler.
I watched Harlow wrestle here on Tuesday, part of the quadrangular in Hillsboro, and Grafton as a team struggled a bit, but he got a chance to wrestle 3 matches and got some wrestling in. And Coach Lamar talked about that too. That hey, we're going to get some guys that are very competitive, and Mr. Harlow, an opportunity right here at 127 pounds. Both wrestlers worked their way out of the mat, and as you mentioned, Colton, that Gabe. Defensive, so work his way to his shot, but he's also going to be able to kind of just hang out there, and he might be one that goes all 6 minutes type thing.
Yeah, that's always good to see when a wrestler goes 6 minutes, because it shows that first of all they can do it, they have the endurance to do it, and second of all it's like a mental toughness thing. It shows that you can do it.
Absolutely, and right now jockeying for a position. There's a shot attempt here right now, as it was the offensive effort there by Fleck. You've got Harlow on top now. Harlow is just trying to spread out, but Fleck's got a strong hold on the leg. Any idea what he was going to maybe try to set up here?
Well, that was the fireman's, the shot they took, and then he didn't quite get it, but he's got that elbow still. As long as he holds that elbow, he's in good shape.
We'll get 3 for takedown points that'll be awarded to Tucker Harlow in this case. Like you say, got to hold on to that elbow, and the important piece there, wasn't able to do so.
Yeah, if you hold on to that, you can dump him over.
Working an arm here as Harlow on top of Gabe Fleck for the Thompson Tommies. And Harlow, I think, wants to work an arm bar here, but this is where maybe Fleck from the bottom, you talk about some of that defensiveness, he maybe can stand still, and he's just got 8 seconds left here in the period to be able to outlast and force his second. He tries to get up on his knees here, and he will work his way through. Just the 3 takedown points, giving Harlow a 3-0 lead after 1 period of wrestling. So, from that standpoint here, Colton, now it's going to be, decision up or down. Are they going to go neutral here? Maybe this is benefiting Gabe in this case.
It is, yeah. Now you've seen your shot. You know what doesn't work. You know what works. You kind of know your opponent's weakness. It gives you confidence.
So Tucker Harlow wrestling for the Grafton Spoilers in the maroon and gold singlet, while Gabe Fleck wrestling for the Thompson Tommies. Fleck here at 127 pounds, a 7th grader for Thompson, and Harlow also a 7th grader for Grafton. So if these two stay on their same physical attributes and trajectory, they could be seeing each other quite a bit over the years.
Yeah, that's always good to see, kind of when you have a guy that sticks the same weight as you. You see him year after year. It's always kind of fun.
Well, and as you very well know this too, as there's a shot attempt here, as again, Fleck holds off. Harlow trying to work Fleck to the edge of the mat. Now rolls him back in, gets 3 for takedown there. It was a real hard work effort there from Tucker Harlow, Colton.
Yeah, that was a good move by him. Just keep driving your feet, and eventually got him over.
And so now he can work on top. Meanwhile, Fleck will work down and try to outlast you. 57 seconds to wrestle, second period. Tucker Harlow leads it now 6-0. Duel is the score you'll see, the team score, with Thompson leading 18-0 with open weight classes to start. And we get going at 127 here with our first actual wrestling action in this duel between the Tommies and the Grafton Spoilers. Right now, Harlow working on top, like Colton Krebs, my co-broadcaster here. He mentions that Fleck is a bit on the a bit of a strong defensive type wrestler, and now Harlow is trying to work a cradle. But Fleck has been really doing a nice job of staying wide, making things difficult on Harlow from top.
Yeah, if you can keep your base wide, and that's always a good thing because he can't flip you.
And there we go, another opportunity there. We just watched an attempt at that. And second period will go to a close, and now 3 more for Harlow with some nears, and it'll be 9-0 in favor of Tucker Harlow for Grafton. So, Colton, when you look at this situation now, as Fleck will start in the neutral here with Harlow, down 9-0. What's the mindset got to be here for Gabe?
You got to get the takedown here. If you get the takedown, you get a spark, and that'll give you momentum, and then that'll help you decide whether you want to cut him and get another takedown, or you're going to tilt him and get him on his back.
Well, a little jockey for position here. A lot of hand games being played here to start. Got a minute and 30 seconds to wrestle, as that's exactly what Fleck wants to do. He's trying to throw Harlow down, but Harlow will be able to reverse it and get the 3 points for takedown on his side. It's now 12-0.
Yeah, that was a good move there. He saw the headlock coming, and he just sat back.
Kind of let momentum work against momentum, so to speak, huh?
Yeah, that's what you do. When they throw the headlock like that, you got to just sink your hips back, and that's how you stop headlockers.
1 minute to wrestle here in this third period. It is now 12-0 in favor of Tucker Harlow for Grafton, leading Gabe Fleck of Thompson wrestling here at the 127-pound weight class. And we'll get 1 for an escape. And Fleck is on the board, 12-1. But Harlow's going to get another throw, and now we'll execute a headlock here. Not going to get any credit for takedown points, but 3 goes for Fleck now. It's now 12-4. Now we'll see what happens in 34 seconds. We're going to get headgear reset. 34 seconds to wrestle, Colton. 12-4 is the score, and now you'll get Fleck on the top position. You talk about needing something. Now you need to have a flurry of activity.
Yeah, tilts are a good thing here because you can get 4 back points rapidly. And even just cutting him and letting him up, that's a great way to do it too. You can give him 1 and you can go get 3 more.
He's trying to chop right now and work, but strong base for Tucker Harlow of the Grafton Spoilers. He's going to try to get wide. Fleck with a strong hold on the leg and also arm, but now Harlow will spin out of it. 8 seconds to wrestle. Harlow will reverse it. No points awarded. 3 seconds to wrestle. And 1 point for an escape gives it a 13-4 score. A decision victory for Grafton's Tucker Harlow here at 127 pounds. He did a fantastic job of just outlasting there in the end.
Yeah, he did a really good job. He was really smart in that third period. Knowing the headlock might be coming, he just didn't let him have it. And then being smart, you let him have a takedown instead of going to his back. That was just really, really smart wrestling there.
So at 133 pounds, we will have a Grafton Spoiler victory as Grafton wins the 133. That was Levi Detweiler. He'll win. As now we're going to have a wrestling match at 139 pounds as we'll watch. No, we won't have a match. Excuse me, 139. It's going to be Dumas getting the forfeit victory there at 139. That would have been your match.
Yeah, that would have been a good match. He's ranked in the region, I think 6, and that would have been a really good match for me.
Well, get to see him next time, huh?
Yep.
All right, Colton. Well, hey, next up is 145. We got Mason Bartles wrestling here for Thompson, and wrestling will be will be, I believe this is Shaden Thomas. Yeah, Shaden Thomas wrestling for the Grafton Spoilers. Meanwhile, it's a 2-point lead here in this duel right now for Thompson at 18-16 as the wrestlers work off the mat here. 145-pound weight class with Thompson and Grafton. Shaden Thomas thought he wrestled really well in the quadrangular at Hillsborough Central Valley the other night. He had 3 matches. He won 2 and really fought hard. It was just a really good night. Some good wrestlers in that weight class, and he oftentimes represented one of the only points that Grafton was able to score based on the dual scores the other night. But Mason Bartles for Thompson, what does Mason like to do?
Well, Mason has he's a really good variety of shots. He's just overall a very sound wrestler. He can do a lot on top. He can get out really easily. You can't never count him out. He's always in there with the top dogs.
They're hand battling right now. And now they'll reset. Shaden Thomas, you look at their frame, obviously weights right where that's at, but even the frame, who's got the exact reach differential, things of that nature. Thomas went for a 2-leg, got denied, and they'll work their way off the mat. So far, defensive battle.
Yeah, very defensive. Grafton's they're taking their shots there, and Mason's he's sprawling, and he's not letting them have it. He's going to work to his shot, and he'll get it eventually.
He went for it, or at least began it, got to a knee, now reset. Shaden Thomas working a lot of that upper body strength right now. Bartles wants some shoulder control. That's being denied. Thomas will go for a throw and executes a well-done throw, gets 3 points for takedown. Now on top of it, Bartles will try to work his way out, but Thomas squeezes. Great opportunity here for Shaden Thomas to execute a pin right now. Again, that strong upper body strength as the first period comes to a close. Bartles got to be counting his blessings to not get pinned there.
Yeah, that was an amazing lat drop there. Mason he faked a shot, and Thomas knew that, and he jacked him up and threw him.
You talk about that, knowing your opponent, maybe anticipating a move like that. That's something that you can do on your end, huh?
Yeah, that's something. You see these guys all over the place at different tournaments and stuff, and you kind of know what guy's going to do what. So kind of having an idea of what one guy's going to do, but then they change it up, it can confuse things a lot of the time.
An escape there. And you might even play the long game as right now Shaden Thomas leads 6-0 over Mason Bartles. They work on the edge of the mat. You might even, play a game throughout the season, right? If you're going up against a guy and maybe, whatever tournament, and then all of a sudden you have an anticipation, maybe you're going to meet up sometime. You might even play some games that way, huh?
Yeah. You can use your main move in a bunch of different matches and make it look like, hey, this is what he's going to come out with. And then all of a sudden he comes out with an entire different move. It really throws a guy off. That's my favorite thing to do.
Bartles gets an escape point, makes it 9-1 in favor of Shaden Thomas at Grafton. Spoilers trying to take the lead in the duel, as Thomas will be locked up here with Mason Bartles at Thompson. Right now, again, jockeying for position. We saw Thomas work Bartles to the mat moments ago. Now they're up at neutral with a minute to wrestle in the second period. A shot taken, but sprawling here. Bartles tries to work on top. What's Bartles attempting? What was he attempting to do there?
Well, that looked like he was almost going to run. I think it was the cow catcher.
Okay.
It was either the cow catcher or the butcher, and that's always a good move because he got him. He almost was able to pop his shoulder up and put him on his back from it.
Bartles almost went airborne moments ago there as lifting by Thomas. They worked their way back to the feet, and now they're both off, just about off the mat. He's on by a toe here as Mason Bartles hoping to run some clock. 23 seconds to wrestle here in the second. Thomas says, come on off, and there we go. We're off of the mat, so getting back to the center. 19 seconds to wrestle in the second period. It's 9-1 in favor of Shaden Thomas at Grafton. He'll go for a throw. Bartles able to stay on his feet here with 13 seconds to wrestle. Without a flurry of activity here, we might just see our third period start up.
Yeah, that's always it's not always a bad thing because you get a fresh restart.
And that's what will happen. 2 periods in the books, and it is 9-1 in favor of the Grafton Spoilers. Shaden Thomas here at 145. Grafton and Thompson wrestling here tonight. First of our 3 in the triangular. See who gets on the offensive side here as both wrestlers start in neutral and now will work their way to the mat. And Grafton Thomas is going to get 3 points on the takedown and now 2 on the reversal here for Mason Bartles. Now we'll see if Bartles can get something to happen here in the up position. He'll let Shaden Thomas get up and now does not let him out, does let him out here, gets that 1 point. So it's 13-3 the score. Got 80 seconds to wrestle here. So what does Bartles need to do here to try to take advantage of Thomas on the mat?
Well, he needs to get his takedown here and generate some momentum and see where it goes from there.
Okay. Starts there on the offensive. And Bartles tries for a shot, looking for a leg, doesn't get it. A sprawling effort there by Shaden Thomas makes it 13-3. The score remains here in this bout. 1 minute to wrestle in the third period. You see the score on the Chris Moen Nodak Insurance Company scoreboard. That's the dual team score. We're in the 145-pound weight class, 45 seconds to wrestle. We haven't had a whole lot of restarts for these guys either. They've been just flat out wrestling.
Yeah, that's a good test of endurance.
No doubt. To the edge of the mat. Bartles just trying to get through here, and he's not getting any opportunities. Now does shoot a shot, will not get it. 20 seconds to wrestle. And Thomas is denying anything for Mason Bartles here. And Grafton will have back-to-back victories after these 4 seconds tick off. They'll get back to center. 13-3, Shaden Thomas leads Mason Bartles. They'll reset. And that's the horn. So, decision victory, 13-3. And Grafton will earn victory here and take the lead in the duel. So Shaden Thomas works it to a now 20-18 lead.
That was a very defensive match there. Good job in that third period by Thomas. It's called smart stalling, I guess is what I call it, because you make it look like you're stalling, but you're not. You're still working, and you're not putting yourself in bad positions.
There you go. It's all part of the strategy, you know, recognizing your situation. You're up big. He was able to hang on.
Yeah.
So now we've got the 152ers out there with a Grafton lead in the duel, 20-18. Hudson Goldaddy wrestling for Thompson and Isaac Navarro wrestling for Grafton as Navarro tries a leg sweep. Denied. Goldaddy went after. I think Navarro maybe has a slight, if you look tail of the tape, I think he's maybe got a little more length than Hudson Goldaddy does.
Yeah, I think he might have a little more length in him. Muscle-wise, I don't know quite on that. I know Hudson's a very strong wrestler.
And right now, you've got Isaac Navarro going for a leg and a lift, and he'll bring Goldaddy to the mat. Not enough to get credit for a takedown. And now finally does get in position, and 3 for takedown goes the way of Isaac Navarro of Grafton. That is showing some of the athleticism, though, with the ability to lift a wrestler and put him back down.
Yeah, that was a really hard slam there.
Now we'll get a potentially dangerous here as Goldaddy gets to his feet, and we'll get a reset in center. Goldaddy will be in the down position, Navarro in the up position. Got 1 minute to wrestle here in the first period. Navarro not wanting to let Goldaddy loose. And now we'll chop him down. Lower body efforts here by Isaac Navarro.
Yeah, that's something that comes with kind of with the territory when it comes with long wrestlers, is they like the leg ride. And if you're strong and smart, it's easy to defend against, but sometimes it's not easy to defend against.
Well, in this case, he's showing his length for the spoilers. Navarro exercising that, now also working an armbar. We'll see if he can't get that connected. And now we're going to get a potentially dangerous here with the whistle. So that stops wrestling at 21 seconds to go, first period. 3-0 in favor of the spoilers, Isaac Navarro.
1 point
They give one without warning, so Navarro will go back. He's got to look at his hand, and we may have some blood time. And so that's what we're going to have. Blood time here on the mat. And blood time being brought to you by Chris Moen, Nodak Insurance Company, the agents with answers. As it is 20-18, that's the score with the dual score. Grafton leading Thompson. And right now, Isaac Navarro leads Hudson Goldaddy. Navarro of Grafton, Goldaddy of Thompson. Here with it was a minute left, 21 seconds left to wrestle now in the period. Only about 30 seconds of blood time used there. So get back to center of the mat. Navarro in the up position, or is the top position, I should say. And the bottom was Hudson Goldaddy. They'll reset once more. 20 seconds to wrestle first period. Goldaddy was able to get 1 point for the warned moment there for Isaac Navarro. And Navarro has one leg available right now. 7 seconds, they go to the mat.
If Hudson can get his head out there, he's going to be in good shape. He'll get that reversal. He did a really good job there when he stood up. He caught that leg. He knew that leg was coming in there that time, so he caught it. And that's what you do against leg grinders. You catch the leg, and that's how you get out of it.
And he needed more time. As the first period comes to a close, Goldaddy will be in the down position. I'd venture to guess he'd be anticipating the legs here again. This time tries to sit out. Working in the top position. Navarro will get both legs wrapped in. May want to try to get to a splay here. I'm not sure if he's got the leg strength to get that. Goldaddy seems to be in a better position here, and right now kind of, although it may not look like it, looks like he's maybe in a better spot.
Yeah, I know from that position it can go either way. If you can get your arms out, you can just back out the back door and then get your two.
Right now, Navarro continues to work from the top, and he'll try to work that left arm. Try to get himself a half Nelson, see if that is something he can execute. Goldaddy gets across now, a little cross face. One with a little more oomph to it.
Yeah, I really don't like it when people do that because that hurts. That's a painful move there.
So then when you get one of those against you, does that amp you up a little bit more, Colton?
Oh, yeah. It definitely wants you to get out on bottom real quick.
And now here's an opportunity. What's Goldaddy trying to accomplish here?
Hudson caught his arm there. Now if he can just swim out over the top, he's going to be in great shape. But you got to watch out because he's going to be grabbing that other arm and trying to put you with your back. So he's got to catch that arm there, put his hip on the mat, and just swim out. There you go.
He did it. That's persistence. He's 90 seconds into the second period, and he got out. Now has got two for reversal, so it's 3-3. We're all knotted up in the duel. Now what's he working on?
Well, looks like that's a power half there, but it wouldn't surprise me if we go to an armbar here eventually because we tend to end up in that in practice a lot, and it's a great move for him. Oh, we got the stack there.
And he's getting it. He almost got himself into some back points.
Yeah. He did a good job there with that stack.
10 seconds left to wrestle, second period. Goldaddy still maintains the top position as the second period will come to a close. Again, getting his big moments right at the end of the horn here.
Yeah, Hudson had him on his back there. He tried to sit out, and Hudson caught that shoulder and put it to the mat.
It seems like Hudson Goldaddy's rather patient.
He is rather patient, and it shows in a lot of his matches. He goes into the third period, and the other guy is just tired because Hudson's been going at it with him the entire match. Then all of a sudden, third period comes, and Hudson knows what this other guy does, and he puts him on his back.
We'll see if he can execute it. Isaac Navarro on the mat, 152 pounds. Navarro's on the mat for Grafton. Feel free at any time, Colton. If you're seeing something you want to blurt it out, man, I'm letting you do that.
All righty.
As Goldaddy continues to work from the top, tries to chop him down.
He's got the wrist there, so he might roll that wrist, or there's a tilt that we learned that he might go to there, too.
Navarro able to flatten down. We're 40 seconds into the third period. Still knotted at threes for Hudson Goldaddy of Thompson, Isaac Navarro of Grafton.
Well, he's got that bar arm there, and he's just going to walk it slow. This is a good one.
Look at the patience as you talk about it, though, that he's able to work on it as GoldAddy now just kind of earns his time, works that leverage, and now an execution by Navarro for a sit-out. He's not completely free yet for reversal, but got out of the compromised position with 47 seconds to wrestle.
Yeah, he did a good job getting out of that position there.
And now GoldAddy's able to get Navarro to the mat. They're counting him off. He should be getting some points here. He'll get 2 for near, and that gives GoldAddy the lead with 28 seconds to wrestle.
That's a well-done scramble there. He just got into a scramble there, and he just was real calm about it and put him on his back, got some back points.
18 seconds to wrestle, and GoldAddy's in control with Navarro on the mat, 152. And now we'll get it potentially dangerous here, and he'll get a warning with 8 seconds to wrestle.
Yeah, that potentially dangerous comes from that arm bar. It slips up onto the shoulder blade, and they're worried about the shoulder popping out of places. That's why they have the potentially dangerous there.
Sure. And I think our viewers maybe got a good view of that with the camera angle we had as well. Navarro tries to sit out. GoldAddy doesn't want it. And now GoldAddy will work Navarro to the mat. But 2 for reversal at the horn. So we're going to get extra time.
Yeah, we're going to overtime.
Wow.
This is a good match.
Wow. Credit to Navarro. Holy cow. With 8 seconds to go, you get a sit out, and then you're able to execute a reversal to send it to overtime.
That was a really good move right there by him.
Fantastic. Well, we reset. We'll go to neutral. Is this a sudden death situation?
It is. Whoever gets first takedown wins.
All right, Navarro took a shot immediately. And now we'll see what happens as GoldAddy tries to get out of the hands here right now as he doesn't have the leverage he wants. Navarro will try to spin around, and if he can execute, now he's got a leg. Navarro definitely has the opportunity. No call there. And now GoldAddy works it from the bottom. He's able to get Navarro to his side, going hip to hip. And now they will get 3 points official. That get awarded here to the Spoilers, Isaac Navarro, in overtime victory over Hudson GoldAddy and Colton Krebs. That was a lot of excitement.
That was a really, really good match. You got a lot of good things out there.
So 152 goes the way of Grafton. They've rattled off a few here as Grafton gets. There's been a couple of major decisions. This just a decision in overtime. So now at 160, Israelson will go for the Tommies. Bryson Israelson. And Andy Pulak will be wrestling, I do believe, here for Grafton. Should be 160 pounds. Pulak's a sophomore. And for the Tommies, Israelson, a freshman. See if this all holds steady with it. What is Bryson Israelson's mainstay?
Well, the thing with Bryson is he knows just about every move that a guy can know. Like, if there's a move out there, he knows it. And that's kind of worked to his advantage. Whenever he gets stuck in a sticky situation, he's like, oh, yeah, I remember this move. How to get out of it.
Pulak takes a shot. Israelson now is a bit airborne. He'll work his way to the side of the mat, hip down. Now Pulak finds himself in a near compromising position. Looks like we're both wrestlers on the mat are trying to do the same thing to each other here, Colton.
Yeah, Bryson got shot on. It was a good shot, so you just grab the heels, and that's sometimes you can get him to do something that's not great, and he'll put himself on his back, and you take advantage of it.
Now, Pulak was able to get around and bring Israelson to the mat. Now Pulak has Israelson squared up. We're going to have near fall points coming, and with 50 seconds to wrestle in the period, that's going to be it. Pulak, he took care of Bryson right there.
Yeah. It's never good when you get put on your back with like a minute left because then it's a long road ahead of you.
Little insight on me here, Colton. I know all about getting pinned like that. In my career, very limited wrestling career I had. Here's Thompson getting a victory at 172. And so that will be, I believe that was Caden Kurz, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yep, that's Caden Kurz.
Kurz gets himself a forfeit victory. So Grafton will be open at 189. We're going to get Jackson Tozier at 189. And so now Thompson has taken the lead. Here's a 215. Carter Bartles, he'll get a forfeit victory. And we have a 285. That won't really be a 285. Dominic Defoe is going to wrestle.
Yep.
He's going to wrestle against Evan Carson of Grafton. Now, Evan Carson has the size advantage. Here's the good thing for Thompson. You're going to win the duel because you can't get more than 6 points.
Yeah.
So there's that.
It's always good to win a duel. We haven't been doing a lot of that lately. It's great to turn that around.
There you go. And you don't have to feel bad because now that kind of offset your forfeit in your weight class. See?
Yeah. Feels good.
There you go. You contributed tonight, Colton, more than just on the broadcast. Okay, here we go. Wrestling and the 285. This will be the last of the duel between Thompson and Grafton. Thompson will win it, but Grafton has, I didn't see the results of the weigh-in, but there's a distinct size differential between Dominic Defoe and Evan Carson. For Defoe here today, I know that he wants to weigh in to get to that 215, then he can also wrestle up. But also that takes the pressure off him. He probably could have had a few extra carbs here before the match.
Oh, yeah. I love that when you wrestle up and you get that weight allowance. It feels good. Just eat, and you don't have to feel like you have any pressure on making weight.
Extra energy, and you've been out with some concussion protocol here, Colton. So you're maintaining your weight, you keeping where you need to be still?
Yeah, actually, when I got concussed, I dropped down a couple pounds, like 3-4 pounds. But now that I'm feeling a lot better, I've actually started to come back up again. So
Okay.
I'm still within my weight class, so I'm happy about that.
Well, good. Very good. Glad to hear it. Well, here we go with Carson for Grafton and Dominic Defoe for Thompson. Got 50 seconds to wrestle in the first period, and these guys are certainly battling it out here to start, looking for that positioning. And right now it's an upper body game between these two, and now Carson awaits his turn and now will throw Defoe to the mat. And this is one of those size advantages here, I think, for Evan Carson to take advantage of.
Oh, yeah. When you got the size advantage there, it's a lot easier to throw the headlock, especially when you got the bigger weight when you're in the upper weights, because sometimes you can get like a 40-pound difference there, and it makes a huge difference.
It's a physicality thing, and now he's really locked in on that head. The headlock, and credit Defoe, he's doing his best to keep his hips turned, but Evan Carson continued to drive with 3 seconds, and there's the horn. 36-29 is the score of the duel. Grafton will not be able to win the duel, but they're going to battle here in the heavyweights. Meanwhile, Carson takes 7 in that first and leads Defoe 7-0. Of course, when you look at the way that the lineups unfold, you make these choices, and Defoe, best thing to see right now, if you're a Tommy wrestling fan, you're just happy that Defoe's not afraid to he's not shy about this match.
Yeah, Dom, one of his skill sets is I think he weighs 215, but he wrestles a lot like a heavyweight. The way he works his tie-ups and stuff. So the transition actually hasn't been too bad for him. He's done this quite a few times this year for us, and he's just been a very, very good asset because he's versatile.
Dom, yourself, Rowdy Otto, and Mason Bartles, Jackson Tozier, the sophomores on this squad for Thompson. You guys are the elder statesmen of the group, so I'm sure you and Dom go back quite a ways in your wrestling career.
Yeah, we've been doing this together since we created the program in Thompson my 6th grade year, and he was part of it then, and he just hasn't quit. He stuck it out.
He's trying to go to Carson's leg here. He's got 2, but Defoe will go to the mat as Carson will flop down and assert himself here. Still 7-0. We've got 48 seconds to wrestle in the second period. Carson tries to work Dominic to his side. Carson will spin, get 3 for takedown official, worked on that positioning, and now he's trying to work and possibly get into a cradle situation. It doesn't look like Dom wants to give that up. Carson will work on top here. Evan Carson, wrestler for the Grafton Spoilers. Just an 8th grader, according to the roster sheet.
That's going to be good for their football team in the upcoming years.
You would think so, right? You would think so. Final 5 seconds here in the second period. He'll try to turn Defoe, and now it's going to be a stamina thing as the second period comes to a close. Defoe will get a second here, but he expended a lot of energy there in that second period.
Yeah, that was a tough period to say, I guess, because you got put on your back, you got worn down by a guy that's a little bit bigger than you, but never fear. He's pretty good condition, so let's see what he can do in the third.
He's on top, and he's going to exercise all that he's got here to bring Defoe, or I should say to bring Carson down. Carson now will spin around, and he'll come on top in position. Defoe does have a leg, so Carson now needs to be quick and does. He'll get 2 on the reversal. He leads 12-0, 3 from a tech fall. 95 seconds left to wrestle here, and he's going to try to work the head here again. Has tried to lock up a half. We'll see what he's able to get into now. This would be one of those power halves.
Yeah, that power half, you don't see it a ton, but it works.
I'm happy I'm getting some of my technology terms figured out here, and I'm glad that you're offering some of these. I'm really paying attention when you talk, too, which is helpful, Colton. Are you going to stick around with me tonight still?
Yeah, I can stick around.
Oh, man, you're good. Colton Krebs joining us, a sophomore from Thompson. I was hoping you were going to be wrestling tonight, but I'm grateful that I can stick a headset on you. We can chat a little bit as Evan Carson continues to wrestle for the Grafton Spoilers. You can keep remembering then the name Colton Krebs over the years when we watch Colton wrestling in the state tournament over the next few years. I say that with confidence, Colton, even though I've never watched you wrestle in person. So.
Yeah, hopefully we make it this year, and if we don't, we're coming back next year with a fire.
There you go. I love hearing it. We'll get a potentially dangerous. They'll get reset. Defoe is trying to take Carson the distance. 35 seconds to wrestle. Carson chops Defoe down. Defoe tries to stay wide. Carson once again chopping him down. Now tries to execute and get into a cradle, but Defoe doesn't have any interest in that. Defoe tries to bring Carson to his side. Carson slides to his hip. And another power half is what the coaches are looking for. 10 seconds to wrestle. Not much to do here for Defoe. We're going to get some near falls potentially as they go double arms. And that is how they could not get the pin. But a major decision victory here for the Grafton Spoilers and Evan Carson. Oh, they do give him a tech fall. Okay, so they gave him 4. Okay, so tech fall gives him 5 points if I'm not mistaken. So the final in the duel will go Thompson 36, Grafton 34. Let's go ahead and catch the summary on this one here on yourliveevent.com before we break and get ready for May-Port CG Grafton. Xavier Schwartz, Colton Krebs, Rowdy Otto with forfeits to start for the Tommies. Then it was Tucker Harlow of Grafton defeating Gabe Fleck by major decision at 127. Levi Detweiler wins at 133 for the Spoilers. Gabe Dumas wins the forfeit at 139 for Grafton. And Grafton would roll off 3 more in a row with Shaden Thomas over Mason Bartles by major. Isaac Navarro over Hudson Goldaddy. And that one went to overtime. Andy Pulak, Bryson Israelson. Pulak wins that by fall at 160. Caden Kurz, Jackson Tozier, Carter Bartles of Thompson winning by forfeits. And then Evan Carson, as we just saw, a tech fall over Dominic Defoe in the heavies. And so Thompson gets the dual victory, 36-34. And speaking on behalf of your team there, Colton, like you said, haven't had a ton of dual victories, so you'll take it.
Yeah, that's great for us. We don't get a lot of dual victories just because we're a little inexperienced yet, a little bit younger. But we're doing a good job developing our guys, and got a little hurt this year with some of our guys, and we've just done a really good job adapting. and be able to win one like this, it's awesome. Have everyone out there, it's great.
And if you're Grafton, on the other hand, right, for the Grafton Spoiler Wrestlers, that was a stretch there. Detweiler, Dumas, Thomas, Navarro, Pulak in the middle. They really did a lot of nice things on the mat.
Yeah, they're going to be a force in the years to come.
I know that was an entertaining duel between the Thompson Tommies Grafton Spoilers. We're going to have an opportunity for the young wrestlers to get recognized here in Thompson. Coach Norby talked about this with me, that, hey, this is going to be a way to introduce these kids to not only varsity wrestling, but also, hey, they get to see the mat on their home court. This is so cool and so new so far. So that's going to happen. A little bit of an intermission, and we'll be going with the Spoilers and the May-Port CG Patriots up next on the mat. Thompson and May-Port CG will follow. Stick around on yourliveevent.com for more coverage. It's the Triangular in Thompson tonight with the Spoilers, the Patriots, and the Tommies on yourliveevent.com.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting, with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Goose River Bank is here for the communities we serve, building relationships that last a lifetime. Serving the strong Red River Valley and beyond, we are your neighbors, friends, and family, committed to providing everything from everyday personal banking to loans for your farm or business. Visit one of our locations in Mayville, Hillsborough, or Hatton, or reach out and we'll happily come to you, because it's the neighborly thing to do. Goose River Bank. Strong bank, strong communities.
Hi, I'm Carson. I'm an engineer with Marvin in Grafton. I think my favorite part about living in this area of North Dakota is the small communities, and there's never really a huge line anywhere. There's Frostfire, a ski resort nearby. There's a dog park for those who want to get out with their furry pals. There's bike trails, there's nature trails, there's the golf course, there's darts. There's just tons of things to do around here. If you like small towns, this is definitely the place to be. Come join me at Marvin in Grafton.
Hi, we're Jim and Bernie Berkemeyer, and we're inviting you on a holiday vacations tour. Join us on a Montreal, Quebec City, and the Canadian Maritimes tour, July 30th to August 9th. Experience picturesque small towns, as well as the historic cities along the Atlantic coast, as we use roads and rails on this Canadian adventure. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ, to request a brochure, to watch a travel show, and to book this tour. Are you looking for the perfect hardwood for your next winter project? Cywick Lumber and Hardware in Hillsborough has exciting news. Hardwood is now available in the Red River Valley only at Cywick. Whether you're a crafter, woodworker, or hobbyist, they have what you need to make your project. Choose from 3 convenient thicknesses and a beautiful variety of woods: red oak, cherry, white oak, hard maple, walnut, hickory, and poplar. Get started on your next masterpiece with the help of Cywick Lumber and Hardware, Hillsborough.
Oh, jeez. That's a lot of water.
No, 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 no! Jeez Louise!
This system is packing 70-mile-per-hour winds, golf ball-sized hail, and a fast drop in temperature.
Oh, jeez. Dave and Cheryl's kitchen started on fire.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, geez, let's take a look.
Oh, geez, moments happen. Be ready with Irie Insurance.
Visit with Rocky Nedham at Nedham Seeds Caledonia for LCS wheat seed varieties, Trigger, Cannon, and 2 new varieties named Buster and Dual. Call Rocky Nedham, Nedham Seeds Caledonia. They also have proven wheat seed SY Velda from AgriPro. Your local Pioneer dealer, Rocky Nedham, Nedham Seeds Caledonia, with corn, soybean, sunflower, and alfalfa seed for your farm and SeedX sugar beet seeds. Call Rocky 701-430-1149, Nedham Seeds Caledonia.
Common doesn't do the extra reps. Common doesn't push the limits. And Common doesn't do all of that before the sun is up. We work harder than anyone else when no one is watching, so that when everyone is watching, we're ready to answer the call. Discover your uncommon side with the North Dakota Army National Guard.
Well, we've got a couple of exhibitions that we're going to see out on the mat right now. A Fisher Clapp on the mat for Grafton against Landon for May-Port CG. And there's a fall. Fisher Clapp's going to win that one over Landon That's a 8th grader, 7th grader matchup, but a fall for Fisher Clapp of Grafton in an exhibition. Chris Dukeshire, Abel Hayes. Dukeshire of May-Port CG is 7th grader. Abel Hayes of Grafton, a 7th grader. A couple of youngsters out here in an exhibition before we start wrestling for Grafton and May-Port CG. And again, Grafton will have a bunch of opens to start. First 3 weight classes are open for the spoilers. And so we'll have that with our dual coverage here today. It's a triangular, Thompson and Grafton and May-Port CG. So right here again is Chris Dukeshire of May-Port CG wrestling against Abel Hayes of Grafton. An opportunity here for these two for an exhibition. And it'll be a takedown for Chris Dukeshire, the 7th grader for May-Port CG, as he works Hayes to the edge of the mat. Dukeshire tries to lock him up here a little bit while staying in the circle. They're working their way to the edge of the mat as you see it on yourliveevent.com for an exhibition here tonight. Hayes is being rolled to his hip here. See if he can't stay flat as he tries to stretch out some time. And now we see Dukeshire actually get back into the circle. Now he's hanging on by a toe.
Yeah, it's always kind of funny to see people pull the other guy back in balance. It's a smart strategy because you won't let him have it. There's a cradle right there.
And he's going to try to lock it up. Right now he's unable to. I admire the efforts here from Hayes, the down wrestler for Grafton there. He's kind of got wide on Dukeshire. Now we'll try to get to his feet. Dukeshire will throw him back down. Exhibition for these two wrestlers from May-Port CG and Grafton. Dukeshire wants to try to, I think he looked like he was going to maybe do a little crossface, and now he'll try to work up into a half. Hayes will work his way to his hip. Abel Hayes of Grafton. Dukeshire trying to lock up the half. We'll see if he can't get. He's unable to get it locked, but now he's going to try to work the head here. See what's happening with Hayes trying to sit out and maybe try to stand up as the final seconds of the first period will work their way off. And there's the horn after 1 in this exhibition. They'll flip. Dukeshire has a choice. He defers. So Abel Hayes will be in the up position. Dukeshire will work from the mat. And Dukeshire leads 3-0. This is the last of the exhibitions for the Patriots and Spoilers. Again, Spoilers have a limited roster in the first place. So opportunities, the Patriots, I think, come together with the most wrestlers here tonight that weighed in. An escape here for Dukeshire. He leads 4-0 over Hayes, who's trying to get some shots taken. I've got Colton Krebs joining me here today. Colton's a sophomore from Thompson. He'll be back next week for region duels for the Tommies. In the meantime, he gets to moonlight a little bit on some broadcast. His 3 for takedown for Chris Dukeshire.
Now
he
he's
tries to
going for
work.
a chin drop.
Is that what he's trying to do here?
Yeah, he had a chin drop there. Now looks like a cradle almost.
Just apply pressure into the back. Make it uncomfortable, huh?
Yep, that's always a good strategy. Wear him out pretty quick.
Abel wants to try to get to his feet. Now a cradle is set. Dukeshire wasn't able to hold it. Abel flops out. 50 seconds to wrestle in the second period. Dukeshire leads 7-0 over Abel Hayes of Grafton on the mat here in an exhibition. Smattering of fans here tonight, Colton, and you always hope to see a good crowd when you're hosting events. A smattering. There's some folks here that maybe got a chance to watch the other night, and now maybe a few here tonight that are out for the very first time. Good to have the option for wrestling in Thompson.
Yeah, it's been good. Good for the community. Good for our town in general. We got some interest in it, and a lot of people are just curious. A lot of them haven't necessarily seen a wrestling match out here, so it's great for them to come out and kind of experience wrestling.
Trying to get a power half here. Dukeshire continues to work on top as the second period will come to a close. And we got the youngsters recognized here in between the match too, and from that you were part of the youth program startup here in Thompson too. You also saw some of the youth program with the Borough Buddies in Hillsborough and Central Valley. So to have that program starting, that's how you build to where you guys are now as your sophomore class and those varsity guys that you're going to start seeing the fruits of that labor over the years.
Yeah, we had to create the youth program first, and then we got the people interested, and they wanted to have a varsity program. So we went to the school board and said that, and they granted us a varsity program. And now we got the youth, got a lot of interest in there. And those kids, we want to keep them out because they're someday going to be out on this mat doing the same thing that we're doing right now.
And I understand you guys as varsity also work with the youth program.
Yeah, we have some guys out there that stick around after practice, help out with the youth. No, it's always great because the youth, they look up to you, and as long as you can be a good role model, it means the world to them. So it's always great for that. And I know as like little kid, having those guys to look up to was awesome.
Love it. Dukeshire works on top here for May-Port CG in an exhibition against Abel Hayes. A couple of 7th graders on the mat right now before we get to the duel with May-Port CG and Grafton. This is an exhibition as Hayes in the down position tries to sit up and does. Dukeshire will allow him to be released, and he'll get 1 for an escape, makes it 10-1.
That was actually kind of a smart idea by him there because he was getting up and he's like, all right, I don't want to give up 2 points. I don't want to get put on my back. Let's just let him up here and we can see what happens at neutral.
Understanding the situations and also, okay, how much time is left on the clock? You've got 30 seconds as they get to the top. So, okay, not a bad decision there to just make sure it's a safe roll. You can get 1 point, not giving up anything more. And now he blocks a shot attempt there. Solid effort by Dukeshire. Is now going to get 3 more for takedown. 10 seconds to wrestle.
Yeah, that was a good move by him. He just the other guy shot on him. He just sprawled and took the 3, and just like it paid dividends. That letting him up paid dividends.
Dukeshire wins by a decision, 13-1 over Abel Hayes from Grafton. So now we're going to get to the varsity portion of this, as we'll have a few open weights, but those 2 exhibitions get through, and now we'll get ready for wrestling for the varsity boys from May-Port CG. And Grafton will come right back with the start of the varsity match right after this. YourLiveEvent.com and the Chris Moen Nodak Insurance Company scoreboard.
Rosa, and I work in production at Marvin. I've been with Marvin 24 years. And I started here not knowing anything. At first I was really scared, but I have a supervisor that supports me and my lead, and I became a senior department now. My favorite part coming to work is working with the people. I get along with all my coworkers. When I have questions and I might not know, they can help me out. Come join me at Marvin.
Buying and selling heavy equipment at purplewave.com saves time and money. We handle all of the details, including pictures, videos, marketing, titles, and payments.
It was almost immediately over the top with the customer service. I've just never ever experienced that before with any other auction service. They're constantly working for me as the seller, and I really like that.
Purple Wave Auction is straight, simple, sold.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
In agriculture, the one thing you can count on is uncertainty. What if the GPS short circuits in your tractor? Do you have equipment breakdown coverage? Nodak Insurance has been insuring farmers and ranchers for over 70 years, and we've come across about every scenario you can imagine. Hi, I'm Chris Moen, your agent with answers at Nodak Insurance Company. I know insurance, I know North Dakota, and I might even know you. Call me today for details on how we can protect your farming operation at 757-1613.
Back in Thompson, let's talk some starting lineups for this duel between May-Port CG and Grafton as we continue to broadcast. Got Colton Krebs joining us as well on YourLiveEvent.com. He's a sophomore from Thompson, and Colton's become my broadcast buddy, but I know he's anxious to get back out at 139 pounds for Thompson here in the next week, so we'll wish you good luck, Colton, of course. May-Port CG going to be joining in. We've just broadcast a Grafton match, their duel with Thompson moments ago. Thompson wins that duel. Final was 36-34. Yeah, for May-Port CG, we did have a couple of exhibitions, but you've got Jacob Mueller at 114, Bodie Love at 121, Kipton at 127, Zachary Clevin at 133. You'll then have Landon at 139, along with Logan Nielsen at 139, able to wrestle. Maddox Mock at 145, Blake at 152, Riley Love at 160, John Luke Peterson at 172. Then we'll have Jens Tweed at 215 and Angel Holter at 285. And so those are your starting lineups for the May-Port CG wrestlers. And that's brought to you by Crystal Sugar, American Crystal Sugar Company. Live the sweet life. Great careers, quality products, grower owned. It's crystalsugar.com. And Colton, you were talking to me about how May-Port CG brought on a couple of the Hatton Northwood wrestlers when their program folded, so to speak, and shut down. So they form a bit of a co-op. Couple of wrestlers from Hatton Northwood come over, and those being Bodie and Riley Love. You look at that, that's two weight classes filled for the Patriots right there.
Yeah, those guys are really good wrestlers, really good for Hatton Northwood, and the addition to Mayville has been great for them. You know, have the chance to wrestle with some more guys, fill a couple more weight classes. It's good for them.
May-Port CG will get a forfeit victory here right out of the gates. Again, the first three weight classes they will. At 107, they get an open victory. I believe this would be Jacob Mueller, name official, but the first three weight classes are open for Grafton. Spoilers go Tucker Harlow, Levi Detweiler, Gabriel Dumas, Shaden Thomas, Isaac Navarro, Andy Pulak, Parker Johnson, who I believe we'll see wrestle, Miguel Rodriguez, and Evan Carson. So both teams were open at 107. So that explains this. So both teams open at 107, and now it's a 12-0 lead as we get to 127 for the Patriots. They lead the Grafton Spoilers. So you'll have Kipton wrestling for May-Port CG. And for Grafton, Tucker Harlow. Kipton is a freshman. Excuse me, yes, he's a freshman. Tucker Harlow, a 7th grader for Grafton. Patriots lead the duel to start. We get to 127 pounds, and away we wrestle. Gets 3 for takedown immediately on Tucker Harlow. And near fall points, they're giving it. It's going to be a fast one here, 10 seconds in.
Yeah, that was a really good move. Nice single right off the bat, and he knows what he's doing.
Gets 4 for near fall, makes it 7-0 right out of the gates for Kipton Am, the freshman. Kipton and Landon, the Ams, along with Blake. And there's a pinfall in 29 seconds, giving May-Port CG now an 18-0 lead as Kipton Am wins by fall. And the Patriots with a lead over the Grafton Spoilers right out of the gates. We'll go to the 133 weight class. I believe this to be Zachary Clevin for May-Port CG. Levi Detweiler of Grafton. Detweiler's an 8th grader. And Clevin being an 8th grader as well. So, age range the same. Looking at their builds just from our vantage point here on yourliveevent.com. Very similar out there. Colton, it'll be interesting to see what these two do on the mat.
Yeah, I had the privilege of wrestling Zachary earlier this season, and he's a really good wrestler.
The Zachary being, of course, Zachary Clevin from May-Port CG. A good battle right out of the gates. Both wrestlers getting at it. Hand game to start. They get locked up at the head. So if you remember to that, I'm asking you a lot of questions here, but that gives you a chance to kind of bring back that an opportunity to wrestle against Zachary Clevin. What does he do out on the mat that helps him stand out?
Well, if I remember right, he did leg ride when he was on top. He's a really good leg rider there. And he's just overall, he's very fundamentally sound for an 8th grader. He just does a lot of things well. He's good on his sprawls. His defense is pretty good. And on top, he's really good.
Well, he's working that angle now as he's able to get 3 for takedown. Again, a little bit of patience, let one come to him a little bit now as he breaks down Levi Detweiler on the mat. Detweiler earlier today did not have a match against Thompson, I should say, so this is his first time on the mat, and he is locked up. Great positioning here for Zachary Clevin. And there's the pinfall. In 1 minute and 14 seconds, Clevin gets the victory and gives May-Port CG a 24-0 lead over the Grafton Spoilers here at reaching now the 139-pound weight class. Upcoming here for the Grafton Spoilers should be Gabriel Dumas wrestling against, I believe this will be Logan Nielsen, but we'll confirm that.
Yeah, it will be Logan Nielsen, yep.
Okay, now at 139, that's your home there, so have you wrestled either of these two?
I didn't get a chance to wrestle Dumas, but I've seen him wrestle many times, and I've also wrestled Nielsen a couple times this season, actually.
Okay.
I haven't fared too well against him yet. He's just kind of does things better than I can do him yet. I got to figure out kind of what I need to change.
Well, you're going to get an opportunity to do a little scouting here right now, Colton. This is unique for you and unique for our broadcast that we can have a guy that you're right in the mix. You know what's going on out there, and I know right now you've got Dumas and Nielsen getting a chance on the mat here in this duel between the Patriots and the Spoilers. Dumas in the maroon and gold, Nielsen, the red, white, and blue Patriots, on the mat here in this duel at Thompson. Part of a triangular in our coverage tonight on yourliveevent.com. First 30 seconds, not a whole lot. Now a little bit of a shot there, and a good sprawl avoiding that is Dumas. And Gabriel Dumas did not have a match, of course, in their duel against Thompson. Winner by forfeit earlier today. Taking a shot, and now Nielsen gets on the aggressive and gets 3 for takedown and puts Dumas on the mat.
That's something Nielsen does really well, is he waits till you making a mistake, and when you make a mistake, he's going to take advantage of it every time.
I would say the terminology I'd use is he was able to pounce on that moment. He's kind of like a wild cat, so to speak, huh?
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
We're going to see what happens now as Nielsen tries to lock in from the top. It is an upper body game right now, and tries to execute a lift, is unable to hold it. They'll work off the mat. A lot of energy in this 139 class.
Oh, yeah, this is going to be a good match. You got Dumas, who is ranked, and I think Nielsen might be ranked too. I'm not sure. If he's not ranked, he's up there. So
I believe Dumas was 6th or 7th. He did not wrestle on Tuesday in the quadrangular in Hillsboro. He'll get loose with an escape for 1. It's 3-1 in favor of Nielsen. 25 seconds remains first period here at this 139-pound weight class between Grafton and May-Port CG. In Thompson, part of the Triangular tonight on yourliveevent.com. Jockeying for position, probably not expecting much here. As there he is, I say that. All of a sudden, both wrestlers look at a shot, neither execute. Final 3 seconds, and the first period will come to a close. So some energy in that first period with Nielsen of May-Port CG leading by a score of 3-1.
Yeah, that was a really good first period. You know, Nielsen got his takedown, and Dumas got out, and that was just really good.
Nielsen, Dumas, they work in neutral to start this second period. You see the score on the Chris Moen Nodak Insurance Company scoreboard. It's May-Port CG leading the duel 24-0 over Grafton. Looks like Dumas wants to get into headlock situations, but he's lost control of the arm. Shot attempt that time by Nielsen, denied by Dumas. Now Dumas tries to pounce a little bit. Nielsen quick back to his feet, working on the defensive.
There was a headlock right there.
Dumas wanted to throw. Nielsen's not interested in letting it go. He's got a good base.
Yeah, he does. If Nielsen gets his head out here, he'll be in good shape. And if Dumas can get his leg back, he'll be in good shape also.
And now an attack once again. You talked about Nielsen getting after it. They'll work their way to the edge of the mat. Now, it looked for a bit that Dumas was trying to go for a sweep there. The leg wasn't able to execute, but then lost his balance. He lost his space. So then that was when you talk about how, you know, Nielsen can pounce. He certainly took advantage of that once that base became gone for.
Yeah, he did. And then Dumas just did a really good job of, you know, he was falling back in a bad spot, but he didn't worry. He just threw the lat drop in, put him on his back, and now he's up 4-3.
4-3 in favor of the Grafton, in favor of the 4-3 in favor of Grafton's. That's Gabriel Dumas on the mat right now. Nielsen trying to get to his feet. Dumas spins him around. Final 10 seconds of the second period. Getting ourselves collected here. Trying to sit out, not happening. Second period comes to a close. Got a battle here at 139.
Yeah.
4-3's the score.
This is a really good one right here.
Gabe Dumas of Grafton. Logan Nielsen of May-Port CG. Nielsen will be in the top position. And Dumas will work from the bottom out on the mat. Well executed. Now I just need to get credit for the take.
Yeah, that was really good there. He got up and he just did what he does best. He put him back down. He had him on his back there for a second, but couldn't quite get him fully over. If this one gets down to a minute or so, I'd say, and he's still down by one, I could see him maybe cutting him, letting him up, and then go and try to get a 3.
Sure. Play the game. He tried to lock a cradle and now going crossface here. See if Dumas can outlast with 1:22 to wrestle in the third. Going for a half.
He's got to get his arm back there. He's got his arm in a bad spot. If he can get his arm back. Well, he's got a cradle maybe he's looking at.
Opportunity at a cradle, but not a lot of leverage. And here you are with 1:05 to wrestle. Almost got the cradle to sit. Now he goes crossface here. Got a minute to wrestle. Like you said, maybe we look at letting for a release and letting an escape. They'll try to continue to work that crossface, and now works him back to the ground. Wanting to get cradle, it's just not happening. And they'll work off the mat with 44 seconds to wrestle in the third period as you've got Gabe Dumas leading 4-3 over Logan Nielsen. So what happens now, Colton?
Well, looks like they're going to keep him on top, so I'd expect something like a Turk maybe to get some quick back points because he's the way I know a lot of guys try to get out quick. I could see that coming.
An attempt at a crossface. Nielsen works, trailing 4-3. Now he tries to work that leg, no can do. Dumas just being a little more elusive. Coach says let him up, and he does. There's the escape.
They warned Dumas for stalling on bottom.
Now an opportunity here. They need 3. We're getting everybody excited now.
Yeah, that's a good one. He's got to get his legs down on the mat and flip around, get up.
They're hip.
There, he got his hip. He got out. He's good. Nothing yet. Nothing yet.
There's your 3 for takedown. He got it with 1 second left to wrestle.
Wow, heck of a match by Nielsen. That's crazy.
A little bit controversial here. We got coaches talking to the official. They want to get things all figured out and discussed. In the end, like you say, that's Logan Nielsen coming away with a last-second takedown point. It became situational, Colton.
Yeah, let him up. He got about 30 seconds. He's like, all right, I can't flip him. I'll let him up, and I'll try to take it by 1.
At 139 pounds, Nielsen gets it in the last second, and it was not a takedown. It'll just be a decision, and we'll get the scoreboard corrected. There we go, Chris Moe, Nodak Insurance Company. So we're going to go to the 145-pound weight class. Wrestlers are going to go and check in. We should have Maddox Mock, if I'm not mistaken, wrestling for May-Port CG. And it'll be Shaden Thomas at 145 wrestling for Grafton.
Yep, that's Maddox out there, and that's Shaden.
Perfect. Look at us. We're rocking and rolling here, Colton. I like it. Now, if I recall correctly, Shaden Thomas won his match. He did. He beat Mason Bartles by a major at 145 in the Thompson duel earlier here tonight. So Shaden's trying to go 2-0 on the try tonight. We've seen Shaden Thomas on the mat. What does Maddox Mock do out there?
Well, he's a really strong wrestler, and he's really technically sound, so he's also very quick, as you just demonstrated there.
That's fantastic efforts there as he works a 3-point takedown. And now, in the top position, he's just, like you say, technically sound. He's got great leg strength, executing that on the mat right now.
Yeah, that's the battle of the seniors here. Both of these guys are seniors out there.
Mock tries to work Thomas's arm. Thomas flips the hip and keeps that down. Now he'll get up. So the escape makes it 3-1 in favor of Mock and May-Port CG here in this 145-pound weight class. We'll see who wants to take the next shot as they patty cake it a little bit here, a little arm and hand work. Not much happening right now between these two on the mat as they jockey for position. There's a shot at a leg.
Nice fireman's there. That was an awesome fireman's. Now he just got to grab that arm right there and bring it back over.
And you've got the leverage right now for Maddox Mock. Thomas doing his best to sit out. He'll grab the leg, but Mock does get the 3 for takedown. As Thomas, we'll see a crossface here, try to roll Thomas.
Maddox has the Turkin right now. He hooked that leg there, and now he's just doing that crossface. He's going to try to grab that shoulder and run him across that shoulder and get some cheap back points.
Well done by Maddox Mock. Shaden Thomas wants to see the second period. He does roll enough. Get some near falls. Talk about technicals. It's a 10-1 lead here for Maddox Mock and May-Port CG over Shaden Thomas after one period.
Yeah, Maddox is out there just flexing his experience, his knowledge. And he looks really good out there tonight.
Thomas will be in the down position. Mock in the top. Mock will try to work Shaden Thomas to his hip. Does not. Thomas now rolled out. Lost control of that shoulder. Gets his arm back here. See what Maddox can lock up. Tries to get a half in there, unable to get that connected. Yeah, anything against Shaden Thomas is going to be well earned.
Oh, yeah. He's a really good wrestler out there. And Maddox, he's also a really good wrestler.
Thomas spins out. Mock now will work the turn and try to hold on. He's got him squared up. Near falls happening. We'll get a tech fall situation. More than likely. Mock wants a pin. Shaden Thomas is in trouble. Chest to chest and finished it. 1:05 into the second. And it's a pinfall for Maddox Mock of the May-Port CG Patriots, leading 33-0 over the Grafton Spoilers. And the midweights here for May-Port CG flexing a little bit of muscle.
Oh, yeah. That's one of their better wrestlers over there, Maddox Mock.
So we'll see Isaac Navarro for Grafton. And Brogan Erickson of May-Port CG will be on the mat. This is 152 pounds. And May-Port CG controlling the duel 33-0 over Grafton. So we're going to see the 152ers out there. Brogan Erickson, a freshman for May-Port CG. And Isaac Navarro, a junior for the Grafton Spoilers. Now, earlier today, I believe we saw Isaac Navarro wrestle. He took down Hudson Goldaddy in that fantastic overtime duel at 152.
Yeah, that was a really good match. Now looks like Navarro's a little shaken up, kind of got his head put in the mat hard.
He'll get reset and try to go. One thing we talked about Navarro earlier is he's going to have, the tail of the tape, he's going to have the length advantage against Brogan Erickson here for May-Port CG, if he can put it to use. He certainly did earlier tonight in the match against Thompson.
Yeah, the length can work for you. It can also work against you. I know some of the guys, I like the ankle pick a lot, and that's one of my better times I like to run it, is when I get a big, long guy like that, they'll leave their ankle sitting there, and I'm able to get it on him easier.
And Erickson was against Navarro there, with Navarro attempting to utilize his legs, but now Erickson works the up. In the upper body, he's got a great cradle here against Navarro. He's locked him in. Now he's got to get his shoulders down. Not exactly the best positioning by Erickson, but
he's got his neck. I don't know if he can get any farther down, but he'll be able to hold him there for a long time.
He's got a great cradle. You can see the strength in the hands. Navarro trying to use and get his legs free at any rate. Yeah, angle-wise, it's just a tough spot for Brogan when he executed that cradle. And he'll hold on to it as they get him up. Now he's not letting it go.
Now he's going to try to dump it the other way here. This might actually be good for him. Oh.
Gets him to his hip. And now will work. He's got leverage now.
All he's got to do is sit towards the head a little bit. Take it right over slow with it.
And he did not get it slowly. Navarro was able to roll out of it. But near falls were coming.
Yeah, that was a good job, that cradle. You know, you can just sit there and take up 3/4 the period. Always great. You're not spending a ton of energy. The guy on bottom is spending a lot of energy. It's awesome.
Good efforts there by May-Port CG's Brogan Erickson. They'll go neutral with he along with Isaac Navarro on the mat for Grafton. 152, the weight class here at the May-Port CG Grafton duel. A shot by Navarro. Erickson sprawls. He'll reach on the leg. Try to work it around here. Navarro, firm leg, and now if he can get up, he'll work Erickson to his hip, get 3 for takedown.
Yeah, that was a really good effort there, working the entire time, getting him up. That's what he did in the match against Hudson Goldaddy. He just was really persistent about his takedown and kept working at it and got it.
Trying to get a half here together. Now, for Navarro to be, living on a prayer in that first period, to come right out and work the way he's working here in the second, that shows that persistence of a wrestler, something special.
Yeah, you can be down by 14 points and then pin a guy in the third period. There's some crazy upsets.
He's trying to continue to work here and get Erickson turned. It's not an easy task. Now Erickson rolls to his hip. Navarro will continue to hold strong with an arm bar. We'll see we can't execute here. You talk about some pain and some endurance needed. Erickson's getting twisted good there. Navarro will be stopped in the effort there. It's now 7-3 in favor of May-Port CG's Brogan Erickson. Navarro will get back. He'll be in the up position. Trying to sit out. Navarro loses his base, but now will ride Erickson. Final 5 seconds in the second period. Both wrestlers through 4 minutes have put out a lot of energy on the mat.
Yeah, that was a really good period there. If you're Erickson, you're fine with it because you didn't give up any back points.
Yeah, 7-3 allowed Navarro the takedown. Navarro had good opportunities, wasn't able to execute and complete with those arms or the half. So, 1:52 has gone to the third period. Erickson, our official, is standing directly in the view of the camera, so we apologize for that. Not much we can do about that. Darn officials, they're always trying to get in the action, you know, Colton?
Yeah, yeah.
Erickson, he's chest on the mat right now, and Navarro continues to ride on top.
There you go. He's getting up to his hips a little bit, but when he does it, he's just got to block those legs in there. He's got to get them legs out. Those legs are kind of a end-all, be-all almost, because when they get them in and they're riding hard, it's hard to get out of there.
Sure. Endurance needed for Brogan Erickson. He's gone 51 seconds here without allowing Navarro to get anywhere. Now we'll see what Erickson can do from the bottom as Navarro stays locked on top. They'll go side to the hips. Navarro wrenches on the arm.
You got to be careful about a potentially dangerous there. No leg. It can sometimes slip and then get potentially dangerous, and they have to reset. And that would actually work in Erickson's favor because he gets the legs out.
Navarro will continue to wrench. Erickson got the arm free and stays flat to the ground here, again, not allowing Navarro any opportunity for point.
Yeah, he was really lucky there on that last one. He didn't give up any back points because it was so close to being back points.
19 seconds left to wrestle. Navarro stays on top. We'll get official time. And Erickson's just trying to get through this.
Yeah, if you're Navarro here, you got to take him to his back because you're down by 5 now instead of it being a 4-point match. So, and if you're Erickson here, be careful. Don't let anybody reverse you.
Erickson got 3 for a takedown, and that was it. 11-3, a decision. Brogan Erickson of May-Port CG earns this one. And now 36-0, the dual lead for May-Port CG over Grafton. Brogan Erickson earns that one and has to outlast Navarro. So we'll go to the 160-pound weight class. Should be Riley Love of May-Port CG. Andy Pulak for Grafton. Oh, Blake Ohm is going to wrestle in. Okay. Riley might be wrestling up then today based on the sheet.
Yeah, he might be wrestling up a little bit today.
See what goes. At any rate, it is Patriots and Spoilers. And they'll go major decision. So I was off by a point. There we go. 37-0 in favor of the May-Port CG Patriots. Blake Ohm wrestling here for May-Port CG and Andy Pulak wrestling for Grafton. Earlier today, Pulak wrestled and got a victory over Bryce Israelson by fall. And here, Ohm has Pulak in a tough spot. Ohm has worked Pulak to his side, gets 3 for takedown. Wanted to take him to his back. Goes flat and stretches out. Well, we'll see if can continue to work Pulak the way he did here to start.
He's got a nice half in there, and what he did is he just drug him across. Oh.
Slipped there on him. Potentially dangerous is the call.
Yeah. That was a good move he had there. He did a great job of pulling it across his knee and putting him on his belly so he could drive it right over. Unfortunately, he got potentially dangerous, but I wouldn't be surprised if he comes back to it later on here.
Breaks down Pulak to the mat. Tries to work that half on top. This is where scouting may come into a hand for yourself, right? If you know that this guy struggles in this hold, something like that, that may also help you and aid you in your match.
Yeah, it always helps, kind of you see guys wrestle at tournaments, you always try to make sure to watch those, specifically regional opponents, so that way you know what you're getting into when you come into matches. Wrestler X likes to do this move, and just kind of have an idea of who you're up against.
Tries to work the arm again. 10 seconds to wrestle in this first period. Pulak gets to his feet and throws to the ground. Gets 2 for reversal, and that's how the first period will end. 3-2. May-Port CG's Blake leads Andy Pulak from Grafton after 1.
Yeah, that was a really good reversal there at the end of the period. Got a little bit urgent and just was able to flip him.
Second period begins. Will be in the up position. Pulak gets wide from his base and will be released. We're tied at 3. An escape for Pulak. I think Pulak's got just a little bit of length here. Now he's got a leg on lifts him. And we'll fire him into the ground. 3 for takedown. Nice soft landing.
Oh, yeah, that was a really nice one. He didn't want to worry about him bouncing when he hit the ground. He didn't want to worry about him being able to get out, so he just went down nice and soft. That's how you do it.
Now Pulak will work from top. He leads it 6-3. Has no interest in flipping his hip, but he may not have much of a choice. Locked up.
That's a nice arm bar in there. It's going to be a hard one to get out of.
Yeah, Pulak's got him in an absolutely devastating position here with a minute to wrestle in the second. If can get out of this, which I know it's been done before, Pulak lost it. How about that?
Yeah, good job. He's able to get his arm back and be able to roll back. For Pulak, though, that's good, though. He got his 4 and didn't give up a reversal there. He didn't try to press a bad position.
So it's a good scenario in this case. And in reality, too, Pulak just kind of slipped in his spot. It looked like maybe he just lost some of his base on top. At any rate, will work his way to his feet. Pulak drops him back, hip side. Try to work that arm again. Takes away the second.
Oh.
Pulak will give up. No, he won't give up anything. Oh, he does give up reversal points. Excuse me. They worked their way out of the mat.
Yeah, he kind of forced that one. He was trying to force that one, and he just got reversed, unfortunately. Now, you just can't force it. You got to be really slow when you're taking the guy over. Because I know from experience that when you force it, you get reversed.
It's the old, a little bit of science into this thing. Momentum can have a way to roll a person too, right?
Oh, yeah.
Second period comes to a close. It's 10-5 in favor of Grafton's Pulak right now over from May-Port CG at 160 pounds in this duel. Thompson, May-Port CG will follow this one for the final in our triangular tonight on yourliveevent.com. Patriots and Spoilers battle here at 160. A shot taken and a single leg accepted. We're looking, he's going to have to decide to twist.
In that situation here, he's got to get him up in the air and lift one of his legs over while holding the other one. That's how you do it. He's got to take one of those legs there, lift it up over his head, and that's how you're going to be able to put him on his hip.
And he's not able to execute. Try it again. He tried, gave pretty good effort that time, didn't get the one leg separated enough. Now we'll try to get forward leverage. 3 for takedown is executed by Pulak. Works his way to his belly. Try to take away the arm again. See if Pulak can execute the arm bar against Blake for May-Port CG here at 160 pounds. Final 40 seconds to wrestle in this third period. Gets his arm back. He's going to need a bit of a miracle now with 30 seconds to wrestle. He'll sit out and get to his feet.
Yeah, he's going to have to get something going here. I know if you're Pulak, don't give anything cheap. Don't go to your back. If you're going to go to your back, you feel it's coming, let him loose.
10 seconds to wrestle. 37-0 is the duel score. And this one is Pulak 13-5 for Grafton. Pulak's going to earn the first points of this duel with a major at 13-5. A decision victory for Grafton. And Andy Pulak gets Blake 4 points on the major decision victory. Grafton's open at 172. May-Port CG is going to roll out, I believe, John Luke Peterson. Forfeit victory regardless. And so now we should get to the 189s.
Double forfeit at 172.
Oh, they double forfeit at 172.
Next up is the 285 match.
So nothing at 189. Nothing at 215. This will be the 285ers. So now we're going all the way to the big dogs for the final duel here tonight. Final match in this duel tonight. We saw Evan Carson wrestle earlier today in his victory over Dominic Defoe, a tech fall in the end, but that was an outsized victory there for Evan Carson. He's going to wrestle now against Angel Holter. Both qualify as the heavyweights. And Holter is a 10th grader for May-Port CG, Carson an 8th grader for Grafton. Holter goes for the single leg and gets Carson down for 3 points and a takedown.
Yeah, that was a good shot there. You don't see a lot of shots by the heavyweights, but that's a really good shot there. Very fundamentally sound.
Now, oftentimes, if you see a heavyweight come out to an energetic start, that wrestler maybe has the overall advantage coming in the first place, and tries for a crossface, doesn't go. Now we'll try to continue to break down Carson. The heavyweights, just a different category, different style of wrestling.
Oh yeah, you got some really, really good wrestlers in there, and they just, I won't say different style necessarily, but at the same time it is a little bit different because you're going against different body types. You don't shoot a lot, and you got to take advantage. You don't see a lot of heavyweights getting just like takedowns. You see a lot of like half Nelsons here, like you see a lot of those, and they're really good at these.
Well done. And there's a pinfall. Minute 6 into this one, and Evan Carson of Grafton is pinned by Angel Holter of May-Port CG. So that one's going to go final. May-Port CG 49-4 over Grafton. Let's go ahead and do a dual summary in this one, part of our triangular, and then get ready for the final of the night. Was a double forfeit at 107, double forfeit at 172. Nobody wrestling for the 189 and 215 weight classes. Had Jacob Mueller of May-Port CG and Brody Love of May-Port CG get forfeits early. And it was Kipton of May-Port CG over Tucker Harlow from Grafton by fall. Zachary Clevin over Levi Detweiler of Grafton by fall. Logan Nielsen of May-Port CG, a win by decision over Gabriel Dumas. Maddox Mock of May-Port CG, a win by fall over Shaden Thomas at Grafton. That was a fun one. Brogan Erickson and Isaac Navarro was a dandy at 152. And then Andy Pulak beating Blake for the only win for Grafton. A major decision at 160 was very entertaining. And now we get to our final in the triangular tonight. So Thompson and May-Port CG upcoming. For Grafton's wrestlers, don't have a full roster, but they certainly bring it.
Yeah, they got some really good middle weight classes, and even their heavyweight, he's going to be good. He's only, what, an 8th grader, I think?
Yeah.
He's got time, so don't count them out. They're going to be good in the upcoming years, especially when they have the likes of Dumas and them guys. They're going to be legit in the upcoming years.
Well, we're getting ready for the final duel tonight, May-Port CG Thompson. It'll be here on yourliveevent.com. We're going to have a bit of a break, so we'll come back with wrestling and the final duel of the night on yourliveevent.com.
At Thompson Public Schools, their mission is to develop lifelong learners and responsible citizens. You can visit their website, tps-k12.org, for school announcements and calendars, lunch menus, weather announcements, athletic schedules, and more. Follow them on social media and share in Tommy Pride with student updates and events with Thompson Public Schools. Thompson Public Schools thanks all students, staff, parents, alumni, and community members for their continued support. Good luck to the Tommies. Learn more at tps-k12.org.
If you have concern or questions about the mental health of yourself or a loved one, Trail District Health Unit's Credible Mind platform offers convenient and confidential resources to help inform you about mental well-being. Credible Mind offers 21 different assessments to guide you in your mental health journey, from sleep quality and burnout to anxiety and depression. To get started today and learn about your mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual health, visit traildistricthealthunit.crediblemmind.com.
Are you looking for the perfect hardwood for your next winter project? Cywick Lumber and Hardware in Hillsboro has exciting news. Hardwood is now available in the Red River Valley only at Cywick. Whether you're a crafter, woodworker, or hobbyist, they have what you need to make your project. Choose from 3 convenient thicknesses and a beautiful variety of woods: red oak, cherry, white oak, hard maple, walnut, hickory, and poplar. Get started on your next masterpiece with the help of Cywick Lumber and Hardware, Hillsboro.
Well, we're getting ready for May-Port CG and Thompson. We're giving it about a 5-minute window here, so we'll be right back. 5 minutes, a bit of a reprieve here for these wrestlers on the mat. We'll give May-Port CG and Thompson out to the mat. We'll be back 5 minutes on yourliveevent.com. Well, we're bringing you back after a little bit of a break to bring May-Port CG and Thompson to the mat for the final in our triangular tonight on yourliveevent.com. Kevin Kochman, Colton Krebs joining us here tonight again. Colton, a sophomore at Thompson. He should be ready to wrestle here next week for the region duels. That's going to be Pembina County North. And the host site will have coverage of the regional duels and individuals on yourliveevent.com. I was telling Colton off the air here, we were just chatting about some upcoming tournament coverage, including the East Region girls duels next weekend. And we'll have full coverage of wrestling tournaments all the way through to the state. We'll go audio only from the state tournament, but exciting times. This is Colton, this is what you guys work for on the mat. You're reaching this final week of regular season wrestling. Now next week tournaments. It's exciting times.
Yeah, the final month is like a push. You're pushing for the state tournament. You're gearing up. You're getting your best wrestling. You want to make sure you got all of your things found out that you want to find out, things you want to work on. So when you get to regional duels and regional individuals, you're at your peak and you're ready to go.
We're getting ready to talk about it. Let's get to those starting lineups from American Crystal Sugar Company. Xavier Schwartz will be the wrestler for Thompson. He'll go out and he'll be getting a bye or a forfeit victory. You'll have Garrett Krebs for Thompson, and you'll have for May-Port CG Jacob Mueller at 114. At 121, Rowdy Otto is going to get a chance to wrestle tonight. He'll be wrestling against Bodie Love for May-Port CG. We're going to see Kipton wrestling against Gabe Fleck at 127. Zachary Clevin for May-Port CG, and we'll see out at 133, Tommy's will be open. 139, Tommy's will be open, and that'll be Logan Nielsen for May-Port CG. 145, Mason Bartles for Thompson. He'll be wrestling against Maddox Mock. This should be a good one. What'd you say, Colton?
Oh, yeah, this is going to be a real good one.
145, we'll look forward to it. 152, you're going to have Brogan Erickson, and for the Tommies, you're going to have Hudson Goldaddy. That also should be a pretty good match.
Oh, yeah. Hudson, he's a real good wrestler, and he's going against Brogan Erickson. That's going to be a really good one.
160, Riley Love against Bryson Israelson. Looks like we'll have John Luke Peterson for May-Port CG against Caden Kurz. Then Jackson Tozer at 189. He'll go out, and he will be going as he'll be going under a forfeit. You'll have Jens Tweet for May-Port CG, Carter Bartles of Thompson, Dominic Defoe, and Angel Holter will be how we roll out the matches here. There's going to be a few opens, but we should be seeing some fun wrestling here in this duel between May-Port CG and Thompson. Thompson defeated Grafton 36-34. May-Port CG defeated Grafton 49-4. And our starting lineups from American Crystal Sugar Company. Live the sweet life. Learn more at crystalsugar.com. Quality products, great careers, grower-owned, crystalsugar.com. Colton Krebs, you talked about wrestling for Thompson earlier this season against May-Port CG. You're not maybe quite there as far as a team for a dual victory, but it was a dandy one earlier, right?
Yeah, it came down to our heavyweight getting a lat drop in the end of it. That's how we got it.
So we'll see what happens here today. Both teams are a little bit different from where they were at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, I noticed that's something that is last year went on specifically is we may beat a team early in the year, and then all of a sudden they know kind of our lineup now, and they just shift around us.
And you could see a little bit of jockeying there with some of the lineup here that we were given here just moments ago. But to start things off, you're going to have the Thompson Tommies roll out at 107 pounds. Xavier Schwartz, and he'll come out and get an early 6 with a 107-pound weight class victory to start here with the forfeit. So he'll be the first one out of the mat. I've thrown that out on the board here a little earlier on our scoreboard, brought to you by Chris Mohn and Nodak Insurance Company, the agents with answers in Grand Forks and Lakota, along with Cole Lamb, sales associate, Nodak Insurance Company. Well, they're going to roll out Garrett Krebs is what we're going to do. Look at Garrett walking out there.
Oh, yeah. Garrett, he's going to have a real special career up in front of him.
Well, he got 6 right there for the squad.
Yeah, it's always good to have a contributor.
There you go. And so Xavier Schwartz will come out at 114 now.
Okay, at 114 for the Tommies, Rowdy Otto. For the Patriots, Jacob Mueller.
I'm wrong. Rowdy Otto's coming out here at 114, so Rowdy weighed in low.
Yeah, Rowdy, he came in today and was like, I want a shot at 114 today. I want to rematch from earlier. So.
Well, he's got a chance against Jacob Mueller here at 114. Rowdy Otto at 114 against Jacob Mueller, and Otto's getting a quick 3 for takedown. What's Rowdy's go-to?
Well, looks like cradle there because he's got that length, and there you go. There he's going to see it.
He's going to throw it. Rolling out of it is Jacob Mueller for May-Port CG. Otto's able to lock this one up now, but Mueller rolls to his hip once again. Now you're looking at kind of a wear-it-out situation here. Now Otto gives up that cradle.
Well, the thing with that cradle there is Rowdy took it back really, really fast. What he's got to do is he's got to take that back slow so you don't lose it and he can't roll off on his hip there. You got to take it back so slow so it's going to his back.
So now Mueller is denying Rowdy the strength of that arm as Rowdy's trying once again to get a cradle locked up. And so we'll see what Rowdy's able to do and try to exercise maybe some of that upper body here now. So now almost lost it there himself too for reversal. He does lose the positioning, and Mueller's got it now.
Yeah, I just tried to run that, I think it's a cow catcher there. He just got his head, Mueller got his head popped out there and just was able to take advantage.
So it'll be Mueller working Rowdy Otto on the top here. And this is Rowdy's back here. He did not wrestle last week. What was Rowdy out with?
Well, at Sertoma this year, he dislocated his knee.
That's what it was.
So now he came back a little bit, and then all of a sudden he popped his, I think it was his MCL and meniscus. He strained them both, and now he's been coming back off it, but it's been hard.
A double arm here has got Rowdy in a very compromised position. He's rolled up like a pretzel right now.
Yeah, that's a hard one. Hopefully he can get his head popped through because that's just bad.
And that first period comes to a close, and for Rowdy, a second chance at life, but he does not look comfortable.
No, that looked like it hurt. That was those ones. That's when like, a wrestler, like, you talk in practice, like, that's a move that I dream of because you put a person in their head like that, they're not getting out of it.
Yeah, double arm, and it was not going anywhere. And he gets out by virtue of the horn. 6-3 in favor of May-Port CG's Jacob Mueller.
Mueller's got that arm bar back in again.
That must be a bit of a weakness here for Rowdy.
Well,
Rowdy's able to get reversed here and cuts it to 1, 6-5.
He's got that cradle again by the looks of it. He's got to take it back slow this time. He did it.
How about that? And that gets it potentially dangerous, so he must have got it slipped.
Yeah, it looked like he got slipped and got a clasping. That's what got him in trouble the first time these two squared off. He got like 4 of those.
So a technical point awarded to Mueller at 7-5 now. Mueller tries to sit out. Otto, we'll see if he can try to execute again. You think maybe because of his length he's going to try to go again, and now he is attempting to get into that cradle position once again.
Well, you get an opponent that's bunched up like that, makes it easy. He's just got to be careful about getting reversed there.
And he's very close to, there it is.
Oh.
Now he'll roll it back. It's weird in this position because Rowdy's got, lower body control, and it's length is a different thing in this duel or in this match between these two.
Yeah, it is a very different thing.
Mueller has above the waist control, and Otto's got below the waist control.
If Rowdy can get his hips popped up there, he should be able to pop him off. I think
he was trying.
There,
now he's got freedom.
He's got to watch that half there. She's got to maybe back out.
Mueller didn't have good, strong control of it. And Otto will spin his way back to his feet. Does not have control up top because Mueller's got a headlock here.
Yeah, Rowdy's got a good spot. Oh, he got neutral, so that's good for him.
Yep, gets an escape point. Now goes for a double leg.
There you go.
3 for takedown, and we've tied this one at 9.
Awesome. That's a great move there.
What a battle. Second period's going to go to a horn here, and we're going to the third, all knotted up at 9s. Talk about rags to riches right there for Rowdy Otto, huh?
Yeah, that was great. He just down by a little bit, was able to get that to a neutral position, and then took advantage of it.
Jacob Mueller, Rowdy Otto. Mueller takes a shot. Otto sprawls. Mueller pounces. Otto's got a leg. Mueller's sprawled pretty good. And right now it's a scrum here for positioning, and we're going to get a stalling, and we'll go back to the center.
Yeah, that was good, that stalemate there. He just was able to hold on. Each guy held on and got back to a favorable position.
All right, yeah, because nobody was going anywhere in that stalemate, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, shot taken. Mueller able to roll Otto to his hip. Mueller in control. 3 takedown near fall points coming.
Yeah, that was a good job. He got that arm up. That was a nice half he got in.
And Mueller's got Otto locked, and that's going to be it. Unless Otto can find a way to somehow strain a little bit longer, but near fall points, it's going to be a big hill to climb out of here. Mueller stretches. Otto doing all he can to keep from squaring. And now tries to roll. Now they're going to try to work him into a half here. Mueller in control. Otto is just staying on top here, and now we'll try to let her ride. Mueller wants to lock it up.
He's got to get that arm back there. He's got that arm kite. If he can get that arm back, he might be in. But there he goes. He rolled out.
So Rowdy Otto has rolled out of Mueller's care. Now Mueller wants to try to lock in a double with 25 seconds to wrestle. May-Port CG as a team would love pinfall points here. They're going to get a decision victory. We haven't awarded back points yet. It should still end up being, I think, decision differential.
Yeah, the reason I haven't given the tech ball points yet, or the points, the back points, is because he never reestablished. He stayed in the same move, so
right.
He couldn't get the points.
So a 7-point differential, is that a major?
That's got to be on the border. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah,
exactly.
I'm waiting for the officials to give me the numbers on that one. If I was locked in, no, just a regular decision, 3 points for May-Port CG, but a quality victory for Jacob Mueller. Good battler at 114.
Yeah, definitely. That's a good one. And for Rowdy, that's not terrible. You gave up a minor decision. That's better than a pin.
Yeah.
That's just fine.
So 121, and May-Port CG will come out and earn this one. This is Bodie Love, and he will get the forfeit victory at 121.
Yeah, he's one of those Northwood wrestlers that came over from there. He's done quite good for himself.
Yeah, like you said, a couple of wrestlers from the Hatton Northwood program that are over at wrestling with May-Port CG as Hatton Northwood's program folded. So now you've got at 127, Thompson's going to roll out. Looks like we've got, is this Decker? No, Fleck. Sorry, Gabe Fleck. My apologies. Decker there I had written next to it out. You'd think I could read that here, Colton. Come on now, right? It's going to be Kipton Am wrestling for May-Port CG. Am versus Fleck. Gabe Fleck earlier today against Grafton. We saw Gabe Fleck. He lost by major decision to Tucker Harlow. And it was Kipton Am winner over Tucker Harlow in 30 seconds by fall. So, by that account, it should be a Kipton Am favored match here. He works Fleck over to the side of the mat. He leads now 9-2 with 3 takedowns. He'll let Fleck get up, gets an escape again. Now quickly another 3-point takedown. It's 12-3. This is a technical situation here for Kipton Am.
Yeah, he's doing a good job. He's out there working some takedowns. The good wrestlers, they'll do this. They get some takedowns, let the guy up. That's a class act right there. They don't go out and pin the guy in 30 seconds. They're a real class act.
And there's the pin. In 56 seconds, a pinfall win for Kipton Am. And it's 15-6 May-Port CG in this duel. We go to the 133-pound weight class for Thompson. This one should be, I think it might, is it going to be open again?
Yeah, it's open. We would have had Decker, but he suffered a pretty gruesome arm injury this year. He snapped his arm pretty bad.
So this is 33. So for May-Port CG at 33, Zach Clevin will come in and accept the forfeit. So now we'll go 139, which will be open as well. So it's going to be 27-6, May-Port CG.
Yeah, they're going to bring out Logan Nielsen. He's the one that beat Dumas earlier today. He's a really good wrestler.
He was. I would love to see you wrestle in that spot.
Yeah.
I had to throw it out there, Colton. Just give it one more time, you know.
Yeah. That's a good match. I like to wrestle him because I've lost him a couple times. I'm just trying to figure out new things that might work, try to get that first takedown.
Colton Krebs is a sophomore for Thompson, helping us with the broadcast here today. Very much enjoying some of the insight that Colton can offer, and we're starting to develop something. If you don't want to wrestle anymore, you just want to broadcast with me, that's just fine.
Yeah?
I think you want to wrestle, though.
Yeah.
Here we go at 145. We got a match as May-Port CG out in front here in the duel. At 27-6, the score on the Chris Moen Nodak Insurance Company scoreboard. 145. Maddox Mock for the May-Port CG Patriots. Mason Bartles for the Thompson Tommies. And this is, again, Maddox Mock's going to be favored, but Bartles should be able to offer something here as Mock will bring Bartles to the mat, but no takedown points awarded. Now he goes for a single. Maddox Mock, one of the better wrestlers in the state of North Dakota.
Oh, yeah, he's a very technical wrestler. He's gone a long ways from when he kind of started wrestling. He's done a really good job.
Mox for the May-Port CG Patriots. Maddox, a junior. He's going to work Mason Bartles to the mat, to this hip here, and see if he can't, like you say, work something. Looks like he wants to roll. We'll see what he's able to execute. As Bartles not allowing a whole lot here, Mock will go crossface with it and continue to roll. Tries to take away that arm and now works Bartles to his back. Mock doesn't have a ton of control, and as seen right there, Bartles gets out with the escape point. They get back to neutral at 6-2 in favor of Mock.
That's one thing that Mason's really good at, is he can bridge his way out of almost any situation, and that's just really good for him.
Bridge skills. Mock will now bring Bartles to the mat. Now again, Bartles goes right to that bridge. Mock tries to lock it up and needs significant leverage here to do so. Now seeing it, I'm glad you brought that forward so you can really see that bridge, but Mock will make it increasingly difficult here.
Yeah, he saw that bridge the first time, and now he's scooping the head so it can't quite bridge as well.
That's just good technical work.
Yep, that's smart.
And the first period comes to a close, so even without full execution of the bridge, Bartles is able to extend. However, near fall points makes it 13-2. Mock very close to a tech fall. Second period will begin. Mock will be in the down position. Mason Bartles for Thompson will be in the up. Bartles is a sophomore, one of your sophomore crew members out there for the Tommy Wrestlers.
Yeah, he's one of our captains. He's one of our better wrestlers. No, even though he only started in 7th grade, he's done really well.
You're going to have more of that over the years at Thompson now with this program being official, right? Is that you're going to have, I say this at all programs, but specifically for Thompson being that it's fresh, where you're going to have guys that'll take it. You talk about playing football, Colton, you know, wrestling's a great sport if you're a football player to come out and participate in.
Oh, yeah. Especially like those big linemen you see out there. A lot of them, like in the NFL today, a lot of them have a good wrestling background. I take like Tristan Wirfs as an example. He's a state champion wrestler.
Yeah. Kenneth Walker III for the Seattle Seahawks. Saw a highlight of him just the other day, number 9 for the Seahawks, will be playing in the Super Bowl, running back, where he, kept his balance, his feet here as Mock brings 2 points on a reversal here to take a 15-2 lead over the Thompson Tommies and Mason Bartles. He's able to work a bridge and kind of a backflip to work his way out of a tackle situation. Something you would have seen on a wrestling mat here. He earns a first down because of those. There's so many different skills you can learn. Footwork being probably a big piece of it.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely a big piece. I know kind of playing all over, wrestling has helped me a lot. Just kind of helping me more versatile because I can balance. I can just be able to hit people. I know how to fall better than most. And that's something that's always helpful. I know Sean McDermott, he talks about this a lot.
Mock will let Bartles out. And now we'll bring Bartles down, and that's a tech fall victory. 42 seconds to wrestle in the second.
Yeah, that's
May-Port
a really good win by Maddox Mont.
No doubt, like you said, a technical wrestler, and he took care of Bartles there. And Bartles gave him a pretty good run, too. So for Maddox Mont, he got a good run there and a tech fall victory at 145. So we get to the 152 weight class now, as May-Port CG leads at 32-6 after the tech fall victory. And we'll see Hudson Goldaddy wrestling against May-Port CG's Brogan Erickson.
Oh, yeah, this is going to be a good one right here.
We watched Brogan Erickson and his duel against Isaac Navarro was a dandy in the previous match with the May-Port CG and Grafton. We'll see if Brogan's got some energy left after that 10-3 decision victory over Navarro. And earlier today, it was Goldaddy against Navarro. That one went to overtime with Goldaddy falling in that 1-8-7. It was a dandy there as well.
Oh, yeah, that was a magnificent match. You know, sometimes the skill sets are a little different. You know, one guy beats another guy, and it just might not have happened if a different guy.
And right now, Goldaddy's found himself in a compromised position. Roll to his back, get 3 points for a takedown here for Brogan Erickson, who takes a 3-0 lead. But now back to neutral, an escape point there for Goldaddy, 3-1. He'll take a shot. Goldaddy now wants to get both legs. He wants to lift.
He's got to turn the corner here. If he turn the corner, he's going to have a takedown.
Wasn't able to execute.
No, he got the other guy hooked the ankle. That was a really smart move. I haven't seen that very often. That was a really, really good move there by Erickson to grab the ankle as he was turning the corner.
Brogan now works on top, and now we're going to get a stale. Go back to center.
It's always a good situation, you know, get back to neutral and work your shot again.
Goldaddy for the Tommies in the green. May-Port CG's Brogan Erickson in the red, white, and blue. 40 seconds to wrestle here in this first period at 152 pounds. May-Port CG again in control of the duel, but some good matches still to come. Handful of good matches still to come. Erickson and Goldaddy here is one of our features. If we were to get excited about matches, as Erickson goes for two. Goldaddy flattens, and now the 3 points for takedown.
Yeah, that was a really good shot there. He baited him, and then he stepped forward, and all of a sudden there he was in that shot, and that's just a great move there.
Real strong upper body by Erickson to get that two takedown.
Oh, yeah. I think I might have wrestled him over the years sometimes, and he's always been a really, really good wrestler.
And there's the first period, comes to a close. 32-6 is the dual score with May-Port CG in front. 6-1 for Brogan Erickson, leading Hudson Goldaddy after one period of wrestling in this match. They'll go back to neutral. Goldaddy waiting for his opportunity to shoot. Erickson tries a bit of a sprawl. In a perfect situation, what's Goldaddy's favorite shot as he tries for a leg here?
Well, I mean, he likes the high C, the fireman's. The double, he's really good at that one. And he's got a little bit of the ankle pick there, too. That's
Right.
the good thing about being like partners there is you learn each other's moves.
Mm-hmm. Right now, he's got to be on the defensive.
Yep, that's something he's really good at, too.
3 for takedown for Erickson. He leads at 9-1 now. Brogan Erickson of May-Port CG. He'll keep Goldaddy on the mat. And now work right from the top. Goldaddy tries to get to fours here and wants to get loose, but he's chopped back down. Erickson not getting much from Goldaddy right now, but now we'll try to hook the legs. We saw a lot of this in the previous match for Hudson Goldaddy with Navarro from Grafton.
Yeah, you see guys are starting to hook the legs on him, and Hudson, he's going to take advantage of that at some point there.
A little bit of a patience game. We talked about that too. And we get a stalemate.
He's got that Iowa ride in there. He got hooked, and he had that ankle hook there. That's called the Iowa ride. That's always a good move to kind of set stuff up.
I was just going to say, that one I got recognition of it, and I'm glad you verbalized it because I've seen that one before, heard it, didn't see much of it the other day. And you get that there as Tommy's Goldaddy gets escape, tries his shot, went for the double, horn goes. 9-2 is the score. May-Port CG's Brogan Erickson leads Hudson Goldaddy. We'll go to the third period. That's 152 weight class.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate. You just kind of ran out of time because that was a great shot there.
Goldaddy in the down position. Erickson on top. Erickson tries for the crossface. Goldaddy doesn't seem too pleased about what's happening right now.
No, he doesn't. And he's going to be looking to get out here quick.
He's working. He's got a little bit of a gap there, but not enough. Erickson strong on that squeeze right now. Not allowing Goldaddy much, and we're going to get a stall. 9-2. May-Port CG's Brogan Erickson leading Hudson Goldaddy at Thompson. Minute 22 to wrestle. 152 weight class. Erickson chops him down. Goldaddy attempted to stand, but again brought down. Not able to get to his feet.
Yeah, Erickson just is a really, really strong rider out there. He's really good at holding the top out there.
And that's in the Iowa. He was in the Iowa position again there, if I saw that correctly.
Yep.
Okay. So you're helping me with the technicals. And now down goes Goldaddy again. He got to his feet, but Erickson just rolls it. Now Erickson tries to half. And that might have been the last chance Goldaddy would have. We'll see. Yeah, just a really strong top position, ride position here for Brogan Erickson. Goldaddy's going to get to his feet. At best, he's going to get an escape. At best. He's still not out of it. Now he'll take a shot, but he's still not out. He's got Brogan Erickson in a cradle, rolls him to his back. What an incredible finish. Can Goldaddy do it?
Oh.
I think he's just short.
Yeah, that's Hudson there for
9-8. Goldaddy got a cradle in the last 8 seconds.
Yeah, that's Hudson right there. He wears you out and he gets you tired. Then all of a sudden, bang, you're on your back with 10 seconds left. He's done that to multiple people this year. That's the way he does it. That's great.
Brogan Erickson wins it 9-8. Just a decision victory, but that was a whole bunch of excitement. You worked for 5 minutes and 52 seconds to get that last 8. It's like riding a bronc, you know?
Yeah, all that hard work and all your hard work in that match just goes down and bang, there it is. your opportunity awaits, and all of a sudden he just takes a hold of it.
He went after that, yeah.
He grabs it.
160. If I believe this correct, I believe this is Riley Love for May-Port CG. You may be able to correct me there. I'm waiting for the officials. Is that right?
I think it might be.
It is Blake Ohm. Okay, yep. Perfect. Thank you. Blake Ohm is wrestling for the Patriots. And Israelson here for Thompson. Bryson Israelson.
Yep.
Yep, Blake Ohm. Very good. So, Bryson Israelson's favorites, what do we see?
Well, I mean, you never really can tell with Bryson because, as I mentioned earlier, he has so many moves that he's so comfortable with that at any given moment he can hit you with what you least expect. You know, you might not expect like an ankle pick, and there it is, or like a lat drop, and there it is. It's always there. He finds a way to get it done.
This would be, you would maybe say, a student of the game, so to speak?
Yeah, I'd say that. He's done a lot of previous wrestling, you know, with the Bison Club and like Cheyenne last year, West Fargo. And he's fresh with us this year.
So far, nothing in this one with Ohm and with Israelson at 160 pounds. Shot taken. Ohm will work Israelson to the edge of the mat. And they're going to reset as they work their way off the mat.
Yeah, that's my favorite takedown right there, that ankle pick.
Yeah? Yeah, you've mentioned it a few times. That seems to be one that you like to lean towards anyway.
Yeah, that's one, like, no one ever sees it really in a match, so when you go out in a match setting, you can use it because, like I said, nobody will expect it because you're seeing a lot of doubles, singles, high C's, firemen's. You don't see an ankle pick usually.
They're locked up. Here's a shot by Israelson. Still a strong hold on the one from No points. Israelson's got a good wide base. Now we'll try to reset.
Yeah, that was a good fireman's shot there.
But we have a horn that signals the end of the first period.
That was a good job of just holding on, knowing, hey, time's short, I can hold on here and just stick it out.
How important is it for? I mean, if you don't get a chance to see the clock yourself, how important is it for your coaches or teammates to tell you, long, short, your time allotted?
It's huge because they're yelling like, hey, we gotta go, and if you're in a good position, that means you gotta push it real quick. But if you're in a bad position, that means hold on, don't give up anything.
Attempted a shot there by Blake from May-Port CG Wrestling at 160 pounds against Bryson Israelson of the Thompson Tommies. A shot by goes for two. Israelson with a good sprawl, and now Israelson will try to work works quickly and with a flurry gets 3 for takedown. First points of this one.
Yeah, nice job by there. He didn't really panic. He got sprawled out on, backed out, shot in again, got sprawled out on, backed out, and got it. That's how you do it right there.
Will now work from the top here and try to ride Israelson. He's going to try to work him to his hip. Israelson doing a good job of trying to stay flat. Not able to get much. And now works a bit of a crossface here to try to lock up the right shoulder. 42 seconds to wrestle in the second period. Trying to lock up the wrists here and work an arm, but that's not going either. So now they'll ride. As right now, a tough spot for Thompson's Israelson. He is flat to the mat.
Yeah, is just not letting him up.
Tries to hook around and work an armbar here. We'll see if he can execute. Final 5 seconds. I'm just going to let this one ride out. It's 2 periods down. It's just 3-0. Kind of a sign of what this one's all about.
Yeah, if you're Bryson, you're just fine with that. You're going to probably go neutral here, and you're going to go and try to get your shot this time. Maybe you can see if you can get the fall.
I can't remember when we talked about Bryson earlier, so I'm going to ask you again. Is he one, similar to where you have Goldaddy, who's a patient wrestler? Is Bryson one that he can get stronger at the end?
Yeah, I feel like we all do that. I feel like we do. Our coaches make sure that we do a good job of conditioning and just making sure we're overall fit. So that way, come matches like these, we're in shape and we're ready to come and take advantage of those mistakes that the other person might make.
Sure. Being situationally aware towards the end, things of that, and just in general, right? That's kind of a piece.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can go back to Hudson, like you said. He rides everyone out, and then all of a sudden, bang, he takes advantage of it, and he puts you on your back.
Now the wrestlers will work their way off the mat here with Israelson and 3-0. Leads it for May-Port CG at 160 pounds. We'll go back to neutral. Bryson Israelson of Thompson going to take a shot. Goes for 2.
That was a great quick shot there.
Now
off the whistle.
Has, now we're going to go fireman. Has not allowed it, but Israelson needs to use those legs. Trying to take away the leg efforts here.
The thing with is he's just so long and so hard to get a shot on. It's just
Israelson grabs that ankle, and now we'll get 3 points for takedown. We're tied at 3.
Great job by Israelson there to just climb up the back there and make sure that he didn't give anything up to
Ahm's going to try for reversal. He's hooked the leg for the Iowa. He's got it.
Wow, that's a textbook switch right there. That when your coaches teach you how to do a switch, that's how you do it right there.
Just rode the momentum and took advantage of it and got the leg hooked.
Oh, yeah.
So with 20 seconds to wrestle, it's 5-3 in favor of Ahm in a very technical match with Bryson Israelson. Ahm tries to lock things up, but now, even more importantly, a defensive-offensive approach, if you will, for Ahm, if that makes sense, huh?
Yeah. You don't want to give up a 2.
And there is the final horn here for 3. So that's a good, well-done reversal and switch, as you mentioned there, Colton, for Mr. Ahm, Blake Ahm for May-Port CG, winning the 160 match in we've had 2 just dandies back-to-back.
Oh, yeah. Well, that was a great match right there. And one before that was a great match. We're seeing some really, really good matches out here tonight.
172, I believe this will be Caden Kurz for Thompson. And I think we're going to see Riley Love for May-Port CG. That's it.
This is going to be a good match right here.
What does... Of course, Caden Kurz being, Coach Kurz's kid, right? So you've got that. Caden being a freshman. What does Caden like to do on the mat?
Well, Caden can do about anything. I think this is 172, and he can throw like a lat drop. He can shoot just fine at you. He threw a kid in the Splata last time we were here.
That's right.
He is insanely good at this. He's been able to just work move after move, and it's awesome.
Well, this will be entertaining, as you mentioned. Riley Love also. Riley comes over from the Northwood squad as well to May-Port CG. So we'll see what this one has to offer. Jockeying for a position. We're locked at the head. Now we'll reset. Is Kurz one to take I was just going to say, is he the one to take a first shot? Looked like he went for the ankle and the leg, got 3 for takedown. They worked their way to the edge of the mat. He gets a lead of 3-0. Is he more of the aggressive style, Kurz is?
Well, he comes out and he's like, I'm not going to be aggressive. And all of a sudden, oh, yeah, I'm going to be aggressive, by the way. That's just kind of his way. You never can tell.
Baits him in a little bit.
Yep.
Can play the game.
You got to watch that headlock there.
He got out of it. Kurz will bring Love back down to the mat. Love wants out, wants a reset. He'll stand up, and Kurz goes off the mat. We'll reset. Caden Kurz leads at 3-0. 44 seconds to wrestle first period. 172-pound weight class. Goes for the 2. We'll break him down. Love works his way back to the center of the mat. Got no use of his legs, so he'll continue to... This is like the dolphin kick, Colton. That's what I'd, from a non-wrestling technical call, that's what I'd go with it.
Yeah, that was really good by Riley there. And he did his best to get out of there. Not much you can do when you have a guy holding onto your legs like that. And they had warned Caden for stalling. Now they actually called him for it. That was good by Caden, though, to grab the ankles, too.
Yeah. Final 5 seconds of the first period. And he will get an escape point. 3-2. Kurz leads Riley Love for May-Port CG, but we're going to work our way into the second period, and it'll be Love in the down position. Kurz will be on top. Second period of wrestling.
I think
172 pounds.
I think they've given Kurz 2 stalling penalties already today.
He'll break down Love here to start the second period. Trying to lock up the arm and trying to get 2.
There you go. He's got that arm bar. He's just got to take it slow across the head there.
Notice he stopped it too, right? You said slow it down. He's got the he's got the arm bar and gets the pin.
Nice. That's how you do it right there.
25 seconds into the second period, and it's a pin for Thompson's Caden Kurz.
Really good match right there.
38-12, May-Port CG will lead it. And we'll go to the 189 now, and that's going to be Jackson Tozier coming out for the Tommies.
At 189, we have Jackson Tozier.
And John Luke Peterson? Yeah. All right, John Luke Peterson's going to come out for May-Port CG against Jackson Tozier. Tozier comes from an athletic family.
Oh, yeah. Tozier is one of the most athletic wrestlers, if not the most athletic wrestler on our team.
He's got the red, kind of off-red cleats. Cleats. What am I talking? Wrestling shoes here. All of a sudden, you talk to athletes, and I was thinking about different sports. Tozier's got Peterson's leg. And now wants to is just being aggressive. 3 points for takedown. Jackson Tozier leads it.
Yeah, that's if you were going to describe Tozier with one word, it'd probably be that. Yeah, aggressive.
You're getting this thing figured out, Colton. I like your analytical conversation pieces are fantastic. Meanwhile, John Luke Peterson wanted to roll out of it, and now Tozier's got him.
Nice.
Headlock.
He's got that leg there hooked. That's textbook for riding the legs. That's perfect.
It. Wow. A pin in 46 seconds for Jackson Tozier of Thompson.
That was amazing. That was great.
Well done, Tozier, who in an exhibition last week got the first pin in Thompson home wrestling history. Happened an exhibition.
Yep. That's...
Just figured we could throw that out there for him.
In my book, I guess that counts
right?
as the first win, but I don't know how the actual books work it. So,
Jen's tweet for May-Port CG. And it's Carter Bartles.
I believe this is Dominic Defoe.
This is Dominic wrestling at 215. We just will have an open then at 285 for Thompson. Got it. Fair enough. So Dom had a chance because I think they rolled him out in the starters as a 285. But
yeah, they did.
Well, we'll wrestle. 215, the last match of the night. Dominic Defoe for for Thompson, and Jen's tweet for May-Port CG, and we watched Dom wrestle up against Grafton. Now he's got an opportunity in his own weight class. Jen's tweet's a sophomore, and Dom will be a sophomore, so these guys maybe have seen each other a few times over the years.
Yeah, I believe they have.
And it's a locked-in battle so far. Tweet looks like he's got maybe a little bit of length in comparison to Dom. Not much, but it looks like he's maybe got a little height, little length differential.
Yeah, it does look like that.
They're getting pesky on each other here, looking for positioning. Dom. He goes by Dom?
Yep, he does go by Dom quite a bit.
Now I don't feel so bad that I call him Dom. I like the name Dominic. It's a good name.
Yeah.
Shot taken by Tweet. Dominic Defoe will try to spin around on it. Defoe unable to get Tweet to the mat, now does, and gets 3 points for the takedown.
Nice.
Dominic Defoe working on top.
Nice job there. That was great. You know, he made a mistake, you get around, and then just take him back to the mat. Nice and smooth like.
Yeah. He didn't stop his feet.
Yep. Just like a football tackle.
I was just going to say, look at you. We're on the same page, Colton. I'm telling you, man. Look at us go. You know what you're talking about. I just have a voice and use it a little bit. Defoe lets Tweet to his feet. Now Tweet's going for an attack. He'll get 3 for takedown and take a 4-3 lead as the first period comes to a close. Good battle at 2:15.
Oh, yeah, this is a good one right here. You got both guys taking him down. This is going to be a good one.
Defoe will be in the down, and Jen's Tweet will be on top. 215 pounds, second period underway. Tweet will try to work Defoe to his hip and wants to work the half, needs an angle, now will go crossface. Not the first time Defoe's seen a crossface tonight.
Oh, no. You've seen that lots of times.
Here's a cradle. Tweet will squeeze. Tough spot for Defoe, especially early in the second.
Oh, yeah.
There it is, pin. Jen's Tweet gets the pin.
Yeah, that was a great move by him. You know, he started up and did what he meant to do, you know. You start up, he had a plan, and he executed.
And then it'll be, I don't know if May-Port CG will roll out anybody at 285 or they're just going to go with double. It doesn't matter. And they're done. Coach Mueller says that's it. Both teams are done. So that's it. And so it goes 44-18, May-Port CG over Thompson. Let's break down this one with the matches in this one with Thompson and May-Port CG. It was Garrett Krebs at 107. Solid win for Garrett Krebs in the forfeit.
Oh, yeah.
Colton, I appreciate that. We're on the same wavelength. Jacob Mueller, May-Port CG, he got Rowdy Otto by decision at 114. Bodie Love of May-Port CG, he gets the forfeit win at 121. Then it was Kipton Am of May-Port CG, the win by fall over Gabe Fleck at 127. Zach Levin, Logan Nielsen, forfeit victories in the middle for May-Port CG. Maddox Mock over Mason Bartles by tech fall. And that was just a clinic by Maddox Mock.
Oh, yeah, that was great. No, the takedowns were perfect.
Brogan Erickson of May-Port CG and Hudson Goldaddy went fantastic. Goldaddy brought Erickson to his back. Near fall points happening with 8 seconds to wrestle, and that would be the deal, but falling by 1.
Yeah, that one was so good right there. Hudson, way to flip him at the last second. That was awesome. He just did what he usually does, and that was great.
Blake Hom of May-Port CG tops Bryson Israelson for 160. Caden Kurz of Thompson got the win over Riley Love at 172. Jackson Tozier, solid pin over John Luke Peterson at 189. Then Jens Tweet, we just saw with the win by fall over Dominic Defoe 215. So that final is, again, May-Port CG 44-18 over Thompson. And that concludes the triangular here today. Colton, your final thoughts here for the 3 matches that we saw today. Some pretty fun wrestling.
Oh, yeah, that was some really, really good wrestling. You know, second home meet in Thompson. Way to have a tournament there. That was just amazing.
The Tommies got the win over Grafton in the duel 36-34. May-Port CG over Grafton 49-4. Then May-Port CG over Thompson 44-18. We'll have our post-match accolades coming up, and hopefully we'll get a chance to catch up here with Coach Norby as well. Certainly appreciated this, Colton. Now, the good news is hopefully all goes well Monday. You get cleared from your protocol, and you can get back to wrestling.
Yeah, thanks for having me on tonight.
I thoroughly enjoyed this, Colton. I'm glad that we got to do this. I hope the next time I get to watch you wrestle, but the microphone's always open for you.
Yeah, thanks.
Enjoyed it very much. Colton Krebs, a sophomore for Thompson, joining us here today as our broadcast coverage will continue on yourliveevent.com right after this.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
Hi, I'm Carson. I'm an engineer with Marvin in Grafton. I think my favorite part about living in this area of North Dakota is the small communities, and there's never really a huge line anywhere. There's Frostfire, a ski resort nearby. There's a dog park for those who want to get out with their furry pals. There's bike trails, there's nature trails, there's the golf course, there's darts. There's just tons of things to do around here. If you like small towns, this is definitely the place to be. Come join me at Marvin in Grafton.
We're back here on the post-match report on yourliveevent.com with the Thompson Tommies, May-Port CG Patriots, and Grafton Spoilers wrestling here tonight, the duels. It was a triangular of action. Let's talk about our Agassi Precision Ag play of the match here. We'll call it the match of the match, maybe match of the triangular. Agassi Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer in Hillsboro and around the area. 701-636-2119. Visit planterdoc.com. And I want to say that the match that we enjoyed the most was Hudson Goldaddy there in the 160, the 152 against Brogan Erickson. That was super exciting. The Brogan Erickson, Isaac Navarro prior to that, too, was super exciting in the previous match. Those really stood out, though. The 152 weight class was something here today in the Thompson May-Port CG and Thompson and Grafton May-Port CG matches. It was a real exciting night here for wrestling, and glad to be able to bring it to you on yourliveevent.com. Agassi Precision Ag, your precision planting dealer in Hillsboro and surrounding area, bringing you our post-match wrestling match of the night here. And let's get into post-game coaches' comments and get a chance to visit here on yourliveevent.com as we've got for the Thompson Tommy Wrestling Program, Dwayne Norby joining us here tonight. Dwayne, first off, congratulations on executing 2 really nice triangulars here in Thompson within a week. First time in history that it's happened, so we've been able to witness some history. Just, your thoughts on the communities up, coming out, checking it out, and the overall efforts here these last 2 weeks here to get these on.
Yeah, it's quite an undertaking. 5 years. When we introduced the youth program, they talked about the youth starting 6 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where it all started, and those kids aged out, and we had to start the varsity program to keep them engaged. And here they are. Those kids are now like the sophomores of our crew, and they got friends and family coming out. We got the track program here observing. They got the cross-country runners. We got a couple of basketball players poke their head in, check it out. Just got to see what's going on. What are all these mats here for?
No doubt. Yeah, exactly. Well, it was exciting tonight again. You guys got Thompson, that is, a victory over Grafton 36-34, and it was a fantastic battle there in your first duel tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it was a one-sided battle. When you win a match because you got the numbers, that's
Sure.
okay too. But we also won that match because we had 2 key wrestlers that didn't get pinned.
Yeah.
They wrestled the whole match, all 3 periods. Gabe Fleck and Dominic Defoe, got to give a shout out to them.
Yeah.
They wrestled hard, and those were good matches for him. Hudson, he came just a little bit behind at the end of the match. Hudson Goldaddy, otherwise that would have been another key win for us too. But it was a fun match with Grafton. That was fun. And then bringing it into this May-Port team, I think we scored more points than Grafton did against Mayville.
It's true. That's true. And I, Hudson Goldaddy, his 2 matches today, and I had the privilege to have Colton Krebs join again.
Oh,
he
good.
talked about how Hudson, he will finish.
Yep.
And he sure did, to the point where he was able to execute at the end, and with 8 seconds left, he went from being down to he just about got a pin in the final 8. You talk about 5 minutes and 52 seconds of battle to then, I got it, here he goes. He finally got his shot and he took it.
Yeah, you're right. We see that all the time with those guys, and especially Hudson. Yes, for an 8th grader, it's going to be so fun to watch him grow and watch him battle. The other day we were talking in practice, and we said, these good wrestlers that we're seeing, they come in pairs, guys. So when you start seeing one of your teammates improving, count on keeping up with them, and we'll be there.
And you're all about growth within the program right now. So regular season is wrapped, and now you're looking at postseason wrestling, right? Next weekend.
Yep, for sure. We got Larimore this weekend.
That's right. Okay. Yep.
So that'll be a good kind of end of the year team tournament for us. We'll
Sure.
have some of our guys will be in the JV tournament. It's a big tournament. They'll have Class A teams and a lot of Minnesota teams coming in.
Good.
So a lot of wrestling fans are going to be in Larimore on Saturday.
Perfect.
Watching that stuff, and we'll be there learning. We don't win, or we either win or we learn. We don't lose, right?
Right.
So we're going to go and we're going to learn a lot. But we're going to put 4 guys in the varsity tournament and see how they do. We gave them the option, said, hey, what do you think? You want to keep on growing? You want to get ready for region, or what do you want to do? And the 4 of them were like, we're going to do it. Let's do it. We're going to go varsity and
fun
wrestle with the big teams. So they'll have a good time.
And then it'll be region duels after that. So your guys, like you say, I'm glad you said what you said there with you're either going to win or you're going to learn, because that's what this program is about right now. And then the individuals and opportunities. You've got guys that want to and are going to go and compete.
We do. We have a great team. They stand up for each other. They keep each other engaged. And I'm so looking forward to these next couple of years as well. And keep the pedal to the metal, and it's not going to be a short burst. It's going to be a slow crawl, but we're going to get there.
And it's fun to talk to you about the youth programs, because your youth program's underway. They are involved and engaged with your varsity and junior varsity. They are getting their chances on the mat. They got recognized and introduced here tonight in front of the fans, and got a chance to, and now they're helping. I mean, it's exactly what you need to have for longevity.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, kids are loving it. They're knowing who their varsity wrestlers are. They know them by name. Thompson's a relatively small school, right? We got K through 12. So the elementary kids, they see those high school kids in the school on a regular basis, and they're high-fiving and they're they've been shut down from shooting takedowns in the hallway, but but the little guys, they just, and the girls, we have a lot of girls in the youth program too, and they just love seeing those future mentors.
Great to see it. Good to have it. Appreciate your time. Thanks, Dwayne, to you and the crew for putting this together, and congrats on, again, the successful startup. Good luck in the future. I know I'll look forward to seeing it grow.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Dwayne Norby, head coach of the Thompson Tommy Wrestling Program, joining us. YourLiveEvent.com. Stick around. We'll have our post-match report wrap-up after this on YourLiveEvent.com.
Are you looking for the perfect hardwood for your next winter project? Cywick Lumber and Hardware in Hillsboro has exciting news. Hardwood is now available in the Red River Valley only at Cywick. Whether you're a crafter, woodworker, or hobbyist, they have what you need to make your project. Choose from 3 convenient thicknesses and a beautiful variety of woods: red oak, cherry, white oak, hard maple, walnut, hickory, and poplar. Get started on your next masterpiece with the help of Cywick Lumber and Hardware, Hillsboro.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits including time off available from day one. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career, doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
At Polar Communications, innovation is in our DNA. We're pioneers, always looking ahead to what's next to ensure our communities thrive. We were the first in the state to offer gig services, and we didn't stop there. We continue to lead the way in delivering high-quality, reliable technology to your doorstep. A better experience starts here.
Red River Valley winters are demanding. The expert heating and plumbing technicians at Bears Home Solutions will keep your home warm, dry, and comfortable all winter long. When winter's chill is in the air,
You need a bear in there.
check out bearshomesolutions.com.
Back here on the post-match report on YourLiveEvent.com following the Thompson Triangular tonight. Let's stretch that view out here for you, and you can watch the cleanup continue here in Thompson. And thanks again to Coach Norby for the Thompson Tommies to join us in the post-match report here tonight on Your Live Event, talking about Thompson's inaugural season of hosting wrestling duels and a couple of triangulars here these last 2 weeks, and very good to see that. Our post-match report continues now with the Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. Life takes energy. Enbridge. Energy for life. Enbridge.com. Learn more about career opportunities that can be there for you at Enbridge. And learn more about what Enbridge Energy does. For the May-Port CG Patriots, Maddox Mock will be our Enbridge Energy Wrestler of the night. He is a fantastic wrestler. It was a treat to watch him out there tonight. He is the Enbridge Energy Wrestler of the evening. Enbridge. Life takes energy. Again, the finals. Thompson defeated Grafton 36-34 in the duel to start the evening. Was May-Port CG over Grafton 42-4 in the duel in the middle of the triangular. And the last one goes to May-Port CG 44-18 over Thompson. Thanks to all of our sponsors for helping make our broadcast possible. Whenever possible, please patronize the advertisers. At the very least, tell them thank you. A big thank you to our sponsors. Big thanks to everybody here at Thompson for putting on the events. And you mentioned the guys like Dwayne Norby and Mark Kurz for helping build the program to a program, period. Great to see it. Congratulations, and good luck with the future. And to everybody else who participated tonight for the involvement of coaches Gary Mueller and Jaden Lamar as well from Grafton. Thank you, guys. Enjoyed working with you this evening as well. Tomorrow here in Thompson on YourLiveEvent.com, May-Port's Thompson and Four Winds Minnewacan boys basketball in this gymnasium. Normal varsity start times for that. In the new gym, we'll have the girls' makeup game for Harvey Wells County from last week. We'll begin with a 4:15 pregame show, or 4:15, junior varsity girls. And then the varsity girls should be about 5:45 tomorrow against Harvey Wells County. We'll carry them. YourLiveEvent.com, both here tomorrow from Thompson. My name is Kevin Kochman from my broadcast partner, sophomore Colton Krebs. Have yourself a great night, everybody, and thanks for joining us.